Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. I said I was gonna go live this morning. Um, and so here I am. I didn't have a topic, I'm gonna be honest, because I have lots of things I want to say. And so I made this a Friday morning chat with the Bomb Squad, but because I know I'm probably gonna be on a few people's channels today, maybe, maybe not, I don't know. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna start off by saying happy Friday to everybody. Okay. Wake up, wake up. Um, and I am going to be reviewing. I'm going to listen. I'm going to review a panel that I went on earlier. Now, there's some things. Yeah, there's some things that I want to point out. I want to talk. I want to talk about the simplicity of men, and I definitely still want to talk about. Um, and when I say simplicity, maybe that's the wrong. Um, they're too simple, and when I say simple, simple-minded. Um, they don't think in, how should I say it? We women, we can multitask, and our brains are meant to be able to do that. And that's why I guess we do it so well. It seems like men, I'm not sure if their brains just can't do it or if they're not trained to do it. Um, I don't know. Like, I guess I could do some research and look it up scientifically and see what they say. But what I mean by that is men do not listen. And the reason they don't listen, think isn't because they can't listen, it's because they can't listen and talk at the same time. And and their brains are just seem to be wired just one direction. And they double speak, but they don't understand, right? They can take one word, they claim that you mean that you take a word is said and they take it to mean whatever they want it to mean, right? You then inform them that what you mean is this. And then they'll take what you said and they don't care what you said you meant. They just keep adding on, piling on bullshit to what you said. Oh, I know it might sound a little confusing in what I'm saying. So I'm gonna have to show you, right? Because it's confusing to me too. It's confusing to me how um I don't know if these men are doing it on purpose or they just their brains just don't function correctly. Or maybe it is functioning correctly, but then that will make us as the women superior to them. If their brains are functioning correctly, then the woman is superior. Okay. What's going on, Genesis? I'm gonna give you the link in a minute. Let me play this, and then if you wanna because did you figure out how to I know you said you want to share the stream from Zoom. And so I'm not sure if you figured that out or not. If you have, let me know, and I'm gonna give you the link so you can start. Let me share this real quick. I'm trying to think. Should I just? No, I'm gonna put the link out now. I don't need to be the only one up here when I share. Let me grab it. The only reason I usually don't put the link out right away because I know once people come up, it's gonna be hard for me to get through the video because you know what I mean. It's gonna be very difficult because although I let people, so you can speak, then depending on who I let up. They're gonna turn it and it's gonna turn into a whole nother direction. Usually when the men come up, no matter who the man is, no matter who it is, right? When the men come up, it takes a turn. And listen, I allow it, right? I'll allow it. I do allow it. But it happens every time. It doesn't matter who the man is. It doesn't matter who it is. Even if my husband come up, it will, if they start talking about what we're talking about, they tend to take one word and turn it in the whole conversation into a whole nother direction. Like if I say, I was so mad I turned green, right? I could be talking about something that happened on the panel, right? We're reviewing it, and I'm telling them how mad I am or something. And I say, I got so mad I turned green, y'all. A man will then say, yeah, you know what? Yesterday I saw a green car. They'll start talking about something else that have to do with the word green. And then before you know it, we talking about the goddamn Bible. Now listen, I'm gonna be honest. I don't talk about the Bible, you know. I don't know how that conversation went there, but I allowed it. So I didn't have no problem with it. But I'm just using it as an example on how men will come up because I know damn well I was telling women not to perform oral sex on men who want a husband. That's what I was talking about. And you saw how that leaped right into religion. And it wasn't a woman that did that. Okay. It was not a woman who did that. And then next thing you know, we was talking about religion and penis sucking. And then before you know it, we now deep diving into the biblical word. And I'm gonna be honest with you, that's crazy. That's crazy. Like, think about that shit. It will, if it was me, right, based on my topic, because I was the one who brought up the penis sucking, it would be more likely that we would have started talking about Freaky Friday, freaky sex and shit like that. That's the relation of talking about this to that. Or we would have just stopped the conversation and started a new one, right? Because I don't see anything else that could relate to when I talked about penis sucking. But the men took the penis sucking comment and was able to just ride smoothly into the Bible. And it doesn't make sense. They think it do though. They think it do. Okay, so let me grab this link. They think that should make sense. Now I don't mind, because by the time I start talking about ladies don't do this, don't do that, I'm joking. I bring that up. We laughing about it. I'm cracking a few other jokes on it. You know what I mean? And so that mean I let people up so they can either laugh on it, crack a few jokes on it too. But it was just crazy to me how we got into the biblical talk. So motherfuckers move. That was and so, anyway. Let me share the screen. Let me find this. So oh Lord, it's a lot, y'all. It's a lot. Because that shit is crazy. Even me thinking about it right now, it's crazy how that shit went down. And hey, real Victorious, how you doing? So let me share the screen. Yesterday I was over there and it looked like the topic, I'm sorry, was one wife or multiple. And it was Rose versus Duke debate. And it was biblical marriage, right? So the honest, I did see the title, but I like Trey. I like, there's some good people over there. And it was middle of the night, there's not that many people on. And I didn't want to really go on myself because I was sewing, right? I was cutting up some fabric and things like that. Anyway, so when I first went over, I wasn't planning over. I did see that they had a spot. As y'all can see, this is where I entered around this point. Once I go on the panel, I no longer really go in the chat, right? So that's why you don't see me on the panel yet. Okay. So I got here and apparently there was hours into the conversation already. I woke waking up pretty late. I think I woke up maybe about midnight. Okay. And then I took care of some stuff I need to take around my house. And then I proceeded to start taking care of my business, you know. Um, and so I go over and I see the title, and I don't really, when it comes to the biblical stuff, I really don't have much to say about it. I'm listening. I may ask questions, right? I'm not a biblical person. It doesn't make me a heathen. It just means like, if the honest truth is I don't believe in that Bible. And the honest truth is I feel like we as women, right? I understand why men would want to follow that Bible because it makes them the heroes. It makes them, they get to get what they want and they get to use it how they want, right? For us women, though, um, no, I do not see any benefit for a woman to follow the biblical. You can learn something, you know. You may agree with, some of the camp commandments and things like that, but though the Bible is not the oldest, thing out there, and people was already coming up with rules and regulations that would benefit society, humanity, and things like that, you know. Um, so when somebody say, "Do you need the Bible for moral to get your moral ideology?" Then I said no. And then the proof is in the pudding. There was societies before the Bible. Now, for those of you who believe in the Bible, you do believe that you think that the Bible tells you about the beginning of humankind, but it doesn't though. And even within the Bible, it doesn't even make sense if when it suggests that it's the beginning of humankind. But it is the beginning of the Bible. And that's why when it says, in the beginning, there was the word. And what they're saying is in the beginning of the actual word, that's when they start teaching you your biblical beliefs based on this Bible. But it does not mean that it was the beginning of existence, of earth, of humanity. It doesn't mean that. But somebody can make you believe that that's what it means. And I'm okay with it. If you're okay with it, I'm okay with it. I'm not going to argue about it. I don't think that it even matters, to be honest. There's no need to argue with a Christian from my perspective. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not trying to convince them of nothing. It's usually they the ones who feel like they're supposed to convince us of something. So they the ones who usually want to argue. I don't have no reason to argue with them, with anybody believing the Bible. Okay. There's no argument on my as far as I'm concerned. Okay, so this guy here, Duke, it looked like when I went over there, he and this guy I'd never seen before, library card holder. I don't recognize library card holder. So um so I don't want to say I've never seen him before because I don't know. I don't know if I have, but I don't recognize him. They two was going back and forth. And I was in the chat and I was just listening. I noticed that it was just men up there, except for Rose. And so to me, it looked like it was a conversation that the men were having. And because I had just gotten there, I knew that Rose was up there because it looks like her and Duke had a debate, right? That's what the title says. So when Trey asked me, was I coming up? I said, nah, it looks like it's a all man panel. I wasn't taking a slight at Rose. I did see her up there, right? Um, and he said, "Don't you see Rose up here?" And I said, "Yeah, I see her up there. I figured that, that's why she, you know, that's why she is because she's the one in the debate." But I kind of said, I think I said something like, she looked like she out of place, right? Anyway, and then Trey said, "Bring your big head or whatever you call my head up here." And then I said, okay. And then I went up there. Okay, so that's the beginning, right? That happened all in the chat. You're not gonna see him say that on the panel. That's what I'm telling y'all, because we was in it in the chat saying that, talking that, right? Um, while Duke and Library Holder, if I'm correct, it was Library Holder, they were going back and forth. Okay. So anyway, let's get to where, let's see, I'm gonna back it up just a little bit. No, I won't back it up too much. Actually, I should have went forward, not back. Cause see, now I'm up there, but I want to go right when I get up there. Now, I don't really go at people on from the jump. I don't do that. But once they come for me, then it's on and popping, as far as I'm concerned. Okay, it's on and popping. What I know about men, these men can't think straight in a straight line and still be able to solve things. They can't do that. So let's see, go a little more forward, and that's why. Let's see where we at.
So when the brother was breaking down the way his family was structured, you know, that's why I asked where he was from, because in more country type areas, women still hold those old values as he was
My
describing.
grandmother lives in Minneapolis, Minnesota. She's been there for over 20 something years. She's a fucking philanthropist, fam. What are you talking
That's
about?
cool. But
Most of the women
brother,
around
you
her do the
taking it
same
honestly,
thing,
you
fam.
taking it the
What are
wrong
you,
way,
my
brother.
nigga? Shut, man. Come on, fam.
You
You
taking it the
ain't
wrong
speaking
way.
back, my nigga. That
You
ain't
taking
just
it the
Southern
wrong way.
hospitality,
You
fam. I
taking
done
it
been to the West Coast. I done been to the West Coast and been
right.
around women who wake up in the morning helping people, fam.
Absolutely.
So see, they was going back and forth. They was going back and forth before I got up there. And then when I got up there, they were going back and forth. And I didn't say anything. I'm staying out of their business. I do understand what Duke was saying. Library, I don't know. I don't think he was taking, taking shots at Duke, but I don't think he knew, right? I think some people don't know when you start talking about an area, you make it seem like, because he made it seem like, hey, I wanted to know where the man was from, because in that area, yeah, that's where they may do it. And that's when Duke is saying, like, bro, you talking to me like I'm a fool. Because it don't matter where I'm from. If I say something happens, it's not just happening in my area. Because, um, he's saying my grandmother was Midwest, and I've been here and I've been there. Stop saying that Southern hospitality, which sounds like he giving a compliment, but at the same time, also giving a backhanded compliment. Because he kind of telling the man, well, that's how they do it there, but they don't do it like this here, and we different. And he's like, nah, bruh, you coming at me from my perspective. And and I don't even know what his Duke perspective was. I wasn't there to know what they was even arguing about. But I understand him because that's what they do, right? They do that to women. They'll tell us, well, that's because you, like, they'll tell me it's because I'm older, or it's because I'm married, or it's because I'm from the, they'll say, well, it's because you in Delaware. And I'm like, but I'm from the South. Oh, it's because you from the South. And I'm like, but I live in Delaware. Not only that, but I've been in many states and I've been out of the country. So when people do that, it is like them insulting your intelligence. It's okay to disagree, but when you disagreeing and predicate it on where I'm from, you but you don't know anything about me. So anyway, we're gonna get past this. They were doing that, and how did Trey end that conversation? Uh, Let me see. By the time he put the glasses on, it because I asked him. I'm doing okay. I'm not trying to get involved, in the middle of the brothers.
Bob Cherry, just say I'm talking to you.
See, he came to me and said, "Hey, how you doing, Bob Cherry?" And all this stuff. The men, he came to me, and I was like, "I'm not trying to get in the middle of the two." When the men are fighting or having a little debate or whatever, I'm staying out of it because I know that these men will then turn on me. And I don't even know what the hell they talking about. So Trey's like, "How you doing, Bob Cherry?" I'm like, "I'm doing okay, but hey, I don't want to get it. I'm not trying to get involved in this. You know, and here we go. Oh damn! I hit the wrong thing, y'all. I hit the wrong thing. Let me see where we at. But that Rose person, man, like she's childlike, right?
Tired of buying replacement filters every 6 months? Meet the new wave OxyPure Zero that never needs a filter change, ever.
I don't know how old
You
Rose
can't
is.
make
to be
this
honest.
shit up, bro.
It's
Same thing, fam.
how this thing has to work.
Man,
Here
come
we
on,
go.
nigga. You
So what
too
the
much,
point
bro.
the point I was
Wait, who
getting.
is
But you
Damn. Bomb Cherry, I ain't never seen you. Bomb Cherry. Bomb Cherry.
Where your
Bomb
glasses at? Where your
Bomb
glasses
Cherry,
at?
I've never seen you.
Wait,
What are you talking about?
Wait a minute. I went. Oh god damn commercials, man! I just refuse to buy this shit. I'm gonna get me a stop these goddamn commercials.
Let me go on mute, man. Cause y'all niggas, man.
Yeah. Okay. So I asked you where you was from.
Okay.
This so yeah, they still in their 30s. They do the same. I wanted that. It's because you talk.
Yeah,
Said
I'm
that.
fast forwarding.
Talking long.
I
Yeah,
I hear you, fam. I'm already irritated because you talk too long anyway. I don't want to talk back
Yeah,
and
it's
forth
not
with you,
even-
fam. I'm good. But you're
Well,
doing
I
it. You're
was-
trying to antagonize me because you feel like you lost something, fam. You didn't lose,
No,
my
it's
nigga.
not that. It's
Just
not
inserted
that.
what I said and I was done, my nigga. You ain't got to keep get to the next thing,
Here we
family.
go.
Nah,
Like-
for
like
real.
I-
Ain't
like-
no here we go,
like-
fam. I'm not no
This is what I'm
yes
saying.
man, my nigga.
What's that?
I said what I said and I was done with it.
Okay, here we go. I'm a fast.
Most of y'all niggas some betas and sigmas, and y'all, man,
Oh, here
come
we
on,
go.
nigga. You
So
talk
what
too
the
much.
Look, he said most of you men are some betas and sigmas, and that's what he said. And I was quiet as fuck. Okay, I wasn't getting involved. So they doing their thing, and Trey, he watching while they do their thing, and everybody cool. Everybody kind of quiet while they go back and forth. Let me see. I think Trey gonna step
Let me come
in.
in real quick. Let me come in real quick. Bomb Cherry,
We
what's
on
up,
the
baby? How
platform,
you doing?
we talking.
I got it right on the hose. He said, "Let me come in real quick," and then you start talking to me. Okay, cool. Here we go.
You homie?
Hold on, library. Hold on. Bomb Cherry, how you doing, baby?
I'm doing okay. I'm not trying to get involved, in the middle of
Bomb
the
Cherry,
brothers.
Bomb Cherry, just chill
Uh-huh.
out. I'm talking to you now. How you doing? You doing all right?
I'm doing great. How you doing?
Thank you for bringing your peanut head up on the platform. How you doing?
You welcome, baby. You know, it wasn't my head. You wanted me to. It wasn't my head that you saw that was so big on me that why you wanted me up here. Admit it.
Bomb Cherry,
Where
I
you
ain't never
going?
seen- Bomb Cherry, I ain't never seen you. Bomb Cherry, Bomb Cherry,
Where your
Bomb
glasses at? Where your
Bomb
glasses
Cherry,
at?
I've never seen you. What are you talking about?
I'm joking. Where your glasses at?
Hold on.
So you could call me a peanut head jokingly, and I can't joke back. I was waiting for your glasses. You know what I'm saying?
Bomb Cherry, hold on.
There you go. There you go. How you doing?
What I'm saying, Bomb Cherry, no, what I'm saying is I've never seen you. So if there was something attractive about you, I've never seen it, Bomb Cherry. That's all I'm saying. You always got your camera off.
No, I agree.
Oh, okay. Tell me something. Cause see, look, Bomb Cherry, look, I didn't go to your Instagram when everybody else went to it.
Okay, babe.
You want me to go check you out, Bomb Cherry?
Oh no, you don't have to. No.
No, do you want me to? Is the question.
Oh no, I have no desire. It doesn't matter neither here or there.
I'm asking for clarification.
Oh no, you good.
So Bomb
It don't
Cherry,
matter what I look like. I just want y'all to know I do not look like the photo I have up because I love black women and men. So I switched the pictures up to dark skinned, beautiful people. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And I am a woman who do things for my community.
What you mean by that? I ask you why black women don't like to take accountability. Well, I ain't gonna say black women. Why women, period, don't like to take accountability? Help me understand that.
Well, I mean, some women take accountability, some don't. Sometimes we with this
When
wisdom,
you find a lady that took accountability, you ain't take
I
accountability.
take
friend.
accountability for everything I do.
I did. I apologized to Wolf the other day.
Rose have taken accountability. See,
And I apologize back, Rose.
now you see, okay, so you see, so the one track mind is about to be shown right now, right? He asked me, and I'm not talking about Trey. He asked me a question about accountability, and I said, well, there's some women who take accountability, and some who don't. Same with men, right? And then Rose jumped in and said, I took accountability when da da da, whatever, right? And so that's where we are. We are where she's claiming she take accountability. Now she gonna say something later, because that's what I'm saying. Like I went up there, even when she said she took accountability, I said, well, Rose took accountability. I'm agreeing with her, right? She didn't say nothing to me on the panel, bad, negative, or anything, but she gonna insinuate that I took a shot at her later. She gonna say that I was being petty, or I forget the term that she used. Y'all gonna hear it, but she's the petty one. See, so she deflects, right? She's the one who's like that, and she tries to push it off on me. Because I can assure you, I didn't say anything negative about her. Y'all didn't hear me say anything just now. I actually agreed with her. I say, see, Rose took accountability. Okay, watch how this shit go.
I did.
I'm sorry, Bomb. And then Sam. Then I
Now remember, and she said she's sorry because she interrupted me while I was talking, but I was okay with it. I had no problem, right? If I would have continued to talk, to let them know I'm still talking, but I didn't care. So watch how this shit go though, cause she's slick.
apologized to you like a couple weeks ago. Remember, Trey? You was on the phone. I had to apologize to Sam.
What you apologize to me for?
Cause remember, I got upset and I was being mean and I hung up.
Oh, yeah, you got mad. You hung up. You
And
did.
Ali heard it. He was trying to be funny, but I apologize. Women take accountability. It's rare. I'll give y'all that, but women do.
You did. You did.
I
apologize.
apologize to Sam. I
You did.
apologize to. I think it was
Listen,
me.
this is the funny
No.
thing, right?
I said I was about to say I apologize to Rose, and then I thought about it while I was saying it. I said maybe, and she said no. But I didn't do her anything to apologize. I'm not the one who, put out her picture. I'm not the one. Like I didn't do anything to Rose to apologize to her, right? But what?
We don't have married women
know.
on this platform. Now let me tell you something real quick. We don't have married women on this platform. Rockstar, you gotta hear this. You don't have married women on this platform say that women do not love unconditionally. So I need Rose and Bomb Cherry to help me understand, if women don't love unconditionally, what's the point of us getting married?
I do think some women, I'm not going to say all, I do think women love unconditionally, right? I think that when you first
Pay attention to that rock star nigga. That nigga is over there. That nigga, something wrong with him. I didn't start calling him a woman because he act like a woman. I'm not sure if y'all just saw what he just did. Rose is talking, right? He's already. She said 3, 4 things, or how about this? Because I'm not gonna count the words. She said one sentence, and he over there, right? Because you're gonna see that he is like a woman, okay?
enter a relationship and somebody doesn't end up being who they show you that they are initially, of course your feelings are gonna change. I think if everybody, I'm not saying it's just men, because I know y'all trying to go there because women do it too, right? But I think if you're introduced to who a person really is and you fall in love with who they really are in the beginning, then there would be no condition.
Rose, that's the honeymoon phase, and the honeymoon phase is fake as hell.
Okay. See, so she's saying, hey, somebody show me who they are, right? And I fall in love with them. And then later on I find out that they were lying. Yeah, like shit, the love might go away. That's a fact. Right? That could happen. Happens a lot where we realize this person was faking. And he says that's the honeymoon phase. Well, it doesn't always happen just in the honeymoon stages. Some people can really truly fake for a very long time. But he got a point too. Even in the honeymoon phase, he said the honeymoon phase is a lie. And I'm like, God damn. Like, I would understand why nobody want to get married. Because if we are on here saying the honeymoon stage, everybody is lying. And when I say lie, I'm not talking about, putting your best foot forward. Just putting your best foot forward does not mean you're lying, right? It just means that you're putting your best foot forward. You like someone, you want them to know you like them, and you want them to like you back, and you're showing them the good side of you. That is why you date. So you can end up seeing all the sides of them. That's why you ask lots of questions. So you can know what's important to them and what's not important to them. Because something that they feel that's important to them may not be important to you, or you may be against it, period. Me and my husband are so different. And I want to speak on that differences, right? Let me talk about that for a minute before I continue with this. Because I think there's a lot of confusion in the dating world. And some of the confusion makes sense, right? It makes sense why you would be confused. So I'm gonna just, because we hear a lot of things that people are telling that's not true, right? So remember when I say when people say you're looking for somebody who you where y'all have things in common. Okay. And I always tell y'all, me and my husband don't have much in common. So, and then people be like, they shocked. Yesterday when I was talking about that I don't believe in the Bible, and somebody wanted to know what my husband believed. Now, it would have been bad of me to tell you what my husband believe and don't believe. So I let him tell it. He was getting in bed, so he probably went more in detail if Uda would have asked him some more questions. And my husband would have been okay with answering them. That's why I wouldn't have asked my husband to answer if I'd known that it would have been a problem with it. Right? Me and my husband, we don't talk about religion because we do have different beliefs. So it doesn't he don't care if I don't believe in the Bible. And I don't care that he do. So let me say this. In my family, I got lots of people married, uncles and aunts. I've had and cousins, like grandparents and my parents themselves, right? Lots of married people. And I watch as the people who I even wanted to be like I told y'all that I thought I wanted a man who would go to the club with me. And I gave y'all an example why. When I was growing up, on like a Saturday, pretty much every Saturday, but at the minimum, it would be every 2 weeks, right? One of my family members would have like a outing, like a let's say a barbecue, right? It happened at different aunts and uncles' houses. It wasn't always at just one, right? So they would take turns, and it would happen on both sides of my family. So on Saturday afternoon, people would come together, family and friends, and eat. And they would have the music on, and we as kids, we would, play with each other. We would be playing, and we would dance and things like that. I remember the adults over there, they playing spades, pitty pat, tonk, bones, right? For those of you who don't know what bones is, it's dominoes. That would happen on Saturday. Big time, nice time, just party, everybody eating and having a good time. The children are doing what they do. We're either playing or we had a cardboard box where we break dancing on, pop locking and all of that, right? When it became nighttime, when the mosquitoes would come out, that's when everybody either heading home or they head indoors. So for the adults who were going out that night, we would head indoors. The children, we going wherever our parents going. So some of my cousins and friends, if their parents left, they went with them. And if their parents stayed, then we all was together. Now, we watched as the kids would put a movie on for us and give us blankets and things, and we would figure out where we gonna be for the rest of the night indoors, right? Because the adults we watching them as they getting ready. They getting dressed because they about to go to the club. Everybody getting dressed. The women walking around, I'm looking at them putting on their makeup, doing their hair, and all this. And the men, well, you know, the men are in the back and they walking back and forth. We start smelling the men's cologne and shit like that. So I'm watching them. And so as I'm watching them, I always said, that's how I grew up thinking, okay, I like to go to the club and dance. And I would like a husband like that. My aunts and uncles went to the club. When I was younger, my mom and dad went out to the club. But then at some point, my mom started going to the club. And just my dad would go. So now, mind you, you got to remember what I just said. My uncles and aunts, they would go to the club together. My mom and dad used to do that, but then they stopped. My mom stopped going to the club, but my dad would still go out. Okay? Now, when I grew up, I said I wanted a husband who I could go to the club with, have a good time, like my aunt and uncles. Now, when I think about that, today, them aunts and uncles, they ended up either getting divorced. Well, we could just say they got divorced. If they were married, they got divorced. They got divorced. My mom and dad, they didn't get divorced. Now, when I think about that, I said, well, damn, you would think the ones who went out and did things together, that they would stay together, right? Because they got this in common. They like to, you know, have barbecues, family gatherings, and they love to even go out together. Then when I got older and was already married, I started noticing these people getting divorced. People I never thought would get divorced because I'm thinking they got so much in common. Look, they go out and even have fun together. Maybe that's the problem though, because they end up getting divorced. Right? They end up getting divorced. Now, you're probably thinking, well, why would they get divorced? They got so much in common. I don't know the exact answer, but I can come up with a theory. Right? So I did want my husband to be somebody who liked to go to the club with me. But then now, as an adult, seeing my family and how that worked out, I realized that we probably would be divorced if he had gone to the club with me for various reasons. Like, you know, other men approaching me. And let me tell you, other men do approach men's wives. They may not even know that they're married. But some of these men will take it out on the wife. Are you taking it out on me that this man approached me? He approached me. All he did was approach me. And I let him know I'm married. These men will get jealous. So my aunts and uncles will end up getting divorced. Now, I didn't put that together until I go to the club. And I realized men would just walk up to me. I remember one time me and hubby did go out. There's a couple of times me and hubby went out. Not many, because I can remember them because it was like only 2 times. 2 times when I say out, like to a club, right? And my husband went to the bar. I want to dance. He want to sit at the bar and drink. I want to dance though. Why else are we here? So he don't want to dance with me. I want to dance. So I get on the floor and dance with our friends. They couple up, they dancing. Hubby don't want to dance. He only want to dance with me. So I'm out there dancing with my friends and their husband and wives, right? So on man walks up to me and start dancing with me. He sees that I'm out there all by myself. He comes up and start dancing with me. And the first thing I do is I stop and I look over there at the hubby at the bar. And he ain't even looking. He drinking and talking to whoever he talking to. So I commenced to dance. You know, my husband was mad at me about that. Now, check this out. I wasn't mad that he was sitting over there at the bar and whoever was sitting on side of him was talking to him. I wasn't mad at that, whether it was a woman, another guy, or nothing. He looked like he was doing what he wanted to do in here. He was having a good time in here. And I was over here dancing. And when I saw him over there doing what he wanted to do, and he looked like he having a good time, just started dancing with the guy. Hubby didn't like that. You know, he's mad at me. And I'm telling him, like, you took me to this club. We went with our friends, and that's the only reason he went. Because his friends was going. That's what he used to do, y'all. When we got married, he wanted to act like we was old people. And wanted me to just be in the house cooking and cleaning. He still wanted to go and hang out with his friends. And the only way we could go somewhere that maybe I want to go is if the friends wanted to go. They can convince him to let's go out. So when we went out, it was somewhere that I may have wanted to go. If our friends didn't get together so they could all want to do it, then I didn't really get to do it. And that's when I started going out by myself with my girlfriends. Okay? When I tell y'all that Mr. Baum is not the same person I married, I want you to know he would have never called himself Mr. Baum back then. Ain't no fucking way. He would have felt like that's disrespect to him. But to call anybody call himself Mr. and anything that I call myself. He would have been just like these hard-ass niggas on here. We are different though. I would have known not to call him Mr. Baum. You know what I mean? So my uncles and aunts got divorced, remarried, especially the women. The women always get remarried and divorced again and remarried again. The women don't have no problem getting married. I want you ladies to know it don't matter how old you are. Do not, if you want something, do not think that it's over. Do not let these men convince you that it's over. And if you happen to be getting approached by a certain type of guy who tell you some shit like that, who's worried about certain things, you might just don't waste your time with them. Don't waste your time. They got a lot of men out there who ain't on this shit, talking this bullshit. If the men are childish, do not try to raise them if you already grown. Now, if you young already, then just know that you might have to raise that motherfucker nigga. I'm sorry. I know I'm saying it extremely, let me back it up. You might have to raise your husband. Okay, y'all probably raise each other. It depends on how young you are. Some of y'all are older. I was young. Me and hubby was 21, and I was 18 or 19 when we got married. We were young, right? If you're in your 30s, you probably know a little more about yourself. I'm gonna be honest. It's the more y'all learn about yourselves, the harder it's gonna be. Why? Because ladies, if you know what you like and don't like, now you have limited your dating pool. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I think it's a good thing. It could be a good thing. Right? It could be a good thing, but you gotta be able to scratch out the ones who you know you don't want. You already know how he acted. He could look good, but you also know that what he putting out, you don't want because you know yourself. And you either gonna have to, what they call it, compromise on certain things. Because the 30-year-old you, as a grown woman, a man who's 30-year-old, he's still not 30 yet. Okay? He's not 30 until he's 40. And I've been saying this, some of y'all know what I say, they don't grow up until they 40. And then when they turn 40 is when switches pop on in their goddamn head. I could tell you what pops on in their head. reality. But with the internet and today, even these 40-year-olds, reality is still not hitting them. You know why? Because they get on the internet and they act like they still have the dating pool that they had when they was 19 and 20. They actually lied to themselves. See, they are able to tell you the truth that you gotten older and now no 19-year-old wants you no more. And I'm thinking, nigga, when I was 19, I didn't want a 19-year-old. When I'm 30, I definitely don't want no 19-year-old. Why would I want a 19-year-old at 30? Men want 19-year-olds when they're 30. Women, we don't want no 19-year-old when we're 30. And listen, and they would think that just means we want younger or older men. They think when I say I don't want a younger man, they think that to mean that I must want an older man. And that's why they believe that older men have all these choices. But I don't think they understand. A 19-year-old woman, she want an older man, but she don't want her grandpa. And I'm gonna have to let you know, 19, 21 is older to 19, even 22. 30 is her grandpa age in her mind. A 19-year-old do not want no 30-year-old man. That's nasty. That's fucking gross. But a 19-year-old would be okay with the 20, 21, 22-year-old. She might even go to 25. Stop being so delusional, men, and thinking that this woman wants your 30-year-old, 35, 40-year-old ass. She don't. She don't want you. They're gonna have certain types of men who gonna be able to get away with that shit. And it's not that many. In my lifetime, I've seen the ones who's able to get away with that. And it's something about him. He don't mind taking care of a woman. He don't mind taking her where she want to go, to the mall. He don't mind going sit in that nail salon while she getting her nails done. He knows that he got to do that to her because he knows that she's young. He knows that he's doing something for her that no other younger man could do. Because the younger man may not have the money or the time, or he just too manly to go and sit in the nail salon. When I go to the nail salon, which I haven't been in a while, by the way, but the nail salon, the hair salon, the men who would sit in there and wait for them women, them young women, those be them older men. Oh, hell yeah, they'll sit in there and they'll proudly sit in there. And when she done, she'll walk up to him and he'll walk up to the counter and pay that motherfucking bill. And he ain't got no aggression in him. He is okay. He asking her, you good? And she's like, yeah. And she's smiling. And he's walking her to the car. The thing that these old men tell you younger men not to do. They tell you you a simp if you do that. If you do any of that for these young women, you a simp. And then his old ass is willing to do it because he know he got to do it. He better be like her daddy, baby. Be willing to protect her, and most definitely without even the protection, because usually women don't need the protection that you talk about. She need that money, that money. She want to be treated a certain way. And you gonna do it. Them old niggas gonna do it. And if they don't do it, somebody else will do it. And you younger men, they tell you not to do it so they can do it. Man, oh man, like listen, black man from town. Listen to me, Linda. You dumb. You dumb. We all can see how dumb you are because you sit on panels with men. Your actual goddamn competition. Look, them older men are sitting over there and they getting it they conditioning everything, baby. They damn near punching the air. Like they prepare for battle. They prepare for battle. And then they sit there and tell you all the wrong way about dating women. And then you believe them. The thing about women, do you not know we could get on panels? Now they got a couple of different types of women, just like there's different type of men, but there gonna be some women who just because another woman is a woman, she just gonna she gonna be like, yeah, we need to get together. We need to come together and we need to and I'm thinking, um, I can do that because I'm a married woman and I'm not in no dating pool. But I'd be goddamn if another woman tell me how to move in the motherfucking world when I know that bitch is my competition. She's not gonna tell me how to move in my business. And she's not gonna tell me how to move in my relationships. She's not gonna tell me nothing that gonna make me just say, just because she's a woman, I'm gonna agree with her. Some of these women do that though. And I ain't gonna lie, like I be thinking if I was out and I was competing with them, I would allow them to continue, and I would just be laughing and think to myself, "Bitch, I'm gonna win. I'm gonna win. I ain't gonna sit there and lie to you, and you know what I mean. I'm just gonna sit there and let the other women tell you that." Yeah, y'all all lumped up together, y'all in this shit together, and y'all gonna move this way and that way. And I'm gonna be sitting to the side just looking at y'all hoes. I'm gonna be looking at, okay. And I think to myself, if I was competing with you, it would be just so easy. It's just so easy. Women, a lot more women, we understand that that's not necessarily true. Some women will play the game and lie to each other. I ain't got time to lie to no motherfucking woman about shit. When I was in the dating pool, me and my girlfriend ain't shit I had to lie to her about. I ain't sneaky. I ain't got a sneaky take up man. I ain't even got to take up man. That nigga coming knocking at my door. He coming knocking at my door. I ain't take shit. Okay. I don't understand. I don't know. There's a lot of things I don't understand. And the reason I don't understand, I truly don't even care to understand. Um, like I was raised to be a fighter, and I grew up understanding competition, and I competed, and I had no problem competing. I did not even have a problem with losing. I'm just never really experienced that before, though. I never experienced losing. That motherfuckers thought, you know, motherfucker thought that like a woman called me to tell me about a man. Yeah. But I was already dating my husband. The guy who she thought she was calling me because that nigga was still thinking about me. She know that nigga had to gave me a ring. She knew all of this shit. So she trying to call me thinking that I'm gonna get mad and maybe kick him to her. And she called me and I just laughed at her and said, thank you for informing me, and hung up the phone. When I got married, we had to switch up my place where I was getting married. Cause once that nigga found out where I was getting married, somebody in the family had informed me and us that he had planned on coming to the wedding to stop it. Like on some movie type of shit. The nigga thought he was gonna come, and when they asked me, do I take my husband. Do anybody disagree with this union? He thought he was gonna be able to say he does. He thought he was gonna be able to stop my wedding. So when we found out, we changed where I got married. They ain't playing no games with me. I made my choice. I made these niggas think that they were breaking up with me in hopes of them just going on about their motherfucking business. Nigga, go about your business. We could still be friends. Yeah. That's why me and all my exes, except that one, we was all friends. We all friends. Yes. Okay, we all friends. That's right. Because when I would tell him, well, I'm no good for you. You deserve better. You deserve better than me. Right? I was friendly about it. I made him think that, yeah, you look like you're gonna be a good dude. And I think there's someone out there that's gonna make you happy. And it's just not gonna be me. And I wish you all the well. I want you to have happiness. And then I walked away. And see, it really isn't about me breaking up, but saving face for these men. Because some kind of way, the realities of shit don't matter to them. It's the way things look. That's what matters to them. That's why if you cheat, then as long as nobody know that you cheated, then he'll be accepting of it. But if his people found out you cheated, then it gonna be some problems. And you know what I mean? It's gonna be some problems, and y'all gonna have to try to because y'all may try to figure out how to stay together. These men are more concerned with other people think than what they really want and how they want it. They might want to save their marriage. You want to save your marriage? Yeah, he's willing to save his marriage as long as, some people don't know certain things. Other than that nigga crying because he want to save his marriage, but he can't because he don't want his boys to say this or that or the third. And I'm thinking, niggas not living for you, ladies. They even tell you they only want to live for what their boys think or what the outsiders think. And then the smart outsider who wants his woman, but he gonna come to you and tell you the most. He gonna do the most. And then the nigga gonna slide up in your woman's bed. These niggas really think there's this brotherhood. And when it comes to you women, these niggas are weak. But it seems like they have weakened the women, though. They have weakened the women. They have told you that you need to be feminine and fit. And you got to be delicate at all times. Yes, you have to be delicate. You got to accept anything he say. And even if you don't accept it for real, in the public's eye, you need to act like you accept it. You just need to have a disagreement behind closed doors. You know what I mean? We gotta play that part. We gotta play like we're weak so they can look strong. And you know the thing about me? That you gotta be strong to deal with somebody like me. Why would I want a weak ass nigga? I want no weak man. The fuck? A weak man, I would have walked all over. I would have destroyed him. Without me even, I'm not even the type to fuss at him or, you know what I mean? But I would have destroyed him. Just by the way I move in the world. Like when I want to go and get something, then I know how to make it happen. I want to start a business, I start a business. I want to start a nonprofit, made that happen. I want to be out in the community, being active, then that's what I did. Anything that I want to do. And I couldn't have a man who watching me make moves and his ass ain't moving nowhere. And he don't need me for him to make moves. I be goddamn if I put myself as a human on the back burner to help this nigga achieve some shit. He better be able to achieve that shit. I will have his back in times of need. But I bet not need to be his whole backbone in order for him to make moves. He need to know how to make fucking moves without me. But if he ever needs some help, he could come to me and I'll be his help. These niggas be talking about you gonna be my helpmate. And then I'm supposed to be his helpmate. I got to help this nigga do everything. And then they still don't treat you right. They start complaining about if we get divorced, she don't get to get this. I'd rather give it to this person. I'm going to give it to my cousin. I'm going to give it to my niece. Nigga, you ain't giving shit to nobody. You ain't even got to give it to me. I'm coming to take it. And I'm not playing. I'm not playing that bullshit where I've been married all these years and he gonna talk about he the only one been working. He gonna have to prove that he's the only one who been working and bringing money in. When I pushed them motherfucking kids out, and every time they were sick, when I had to be there, when I done lost jobs due to me needing to be there for the kids, or all the shit that we women go through, and we got to deal with it. We got the children, and if you think because you were single, you the only one that did that, no. Me married women do the same fucking shit. Why? Because they always think we supposed to be the nurturer, which means when them kids get sick, then I'm the one who got to go and take care of that shit. I get the call at my workplace. And then I got to figure this shit out. And my boss tell me that, hey, you just took out already this year. And if you got to leave, then don't come back. And I gladly grab my shit and walk out the motherfucking door. Why? Like, I can't even believe a man told me that shit. And nigga, you think this job come before my children? These niggas act this way in their own homes, at the workplace, out in society, all over the place. These niggas is retarded. The only ones who even understand anything I'm talking about gonna be the ones who take care of their children. And then they understand that a boss coming to them telling them, hey, you can't help when your kid got sick. Your kid's in school with other kids. Your kid gets sick from other kids. Other kids get sick from your kids. Kids just get sick. And I don't know if you men know this, but if your child's sick, they ain't got no daycare that's watching no sick child. Because that sick child gonna get the other kids sick. That sick child can get the provider sick. Did y'all know that? Men, I don't think you do. Did you know if your child sick, daycare not taking that kid? Oh, don't let your child be sick. And you try to sneak them in. You drop them off real quick, like, because you already know. You already know. you already, if it's anything other than a cold, and you tell them, hey, they got this medicine, they want to know, well, what this kid got. Oh, you can't bring no sick kid here. Your ass ain't going to work. You be arguing with the daycare provider. Be like, I pay you, this is what I pay you for. Oh no, but the contract said we don't take no sick kids. So what women like myself used to do every once in a while, drop them goddamn kids off and get the hell up out of there. But lo and behold, I'm not shocked that they called my goddamn job. Talking about you gotta come get the kid is sick. Be like, damn, I was hoping I can at least get through most of the day. She done called my ass at 10 a.m. I just dropped the kid off at 6, but by 10 a.m. she done noticed that the kid is sick. And she done called me and told me to come get that goddamn baby. Now I gotta go to human resources and say, hey, I got a call from the school or the daycare, the baby's sick. The first thing they look in your chart to see how many times you done called out or had to leave early. They ain't giving a fuck about your kid. The only person gonna give a fuck about your kid gonna be you at that workplace. As soon as they tell me, well, you don't know this year, and they go by the year too. These motherfuckers told me 8 months ago. 8 months ago, I took a day off. I'm like, yeah, it was 8 months ago. They're like, well, look, this can't be a habit. I'm like, if something a habit ain't some shit that happened 8 months ago. Yeah, to them, a habit is, yeah, you might get one a year. Look, I didn't even have where they done went through the chart and said, yeah, we see like a year and a half ago, you had to call out. You had to leave early. I'm looking at her like, what you telling me that shit for? That was a year and a half ago. All this habit. That don't sound like a habit to me. Sound like an incident to me. And we got to deal with the people at the workplace. And I got a whole husband who ain't never had to do that. Ain't nobody ever called him at the workplace to tell him to come get the kids. And even if they called him, he called me so I could go get the kids. Ain't nobody at the workplace ever told him about no incident before and this and that. It was always on me. I had to be the one. And so, yes, ladies, when you get married, you still gonna have these same jobs. You still look, they already telling you. They expect you to do this. They don't expect you have to do nothing but go to work and come back home. You gonna have to do it all. You gotta have the kid and everything. So I be goddamn if when shit is about to end, I don't want to hear no shit about he was the main contributor. He was the one who worked. You got the sometimes you didn't work. There was never a time that I didn't work. That was just a lot of times when I didn't work outside of the home. But every day, every waking and sleeping moment of my motherfucking life since having children, I have always been working. And I don't get no motherfucking breaks or vacation. There's no bathroom break. There's no lunch break. When the first time I pushed out a baby that was breathing and living, I've been on 24-hour service duty ever since until they became old enough to do some shit themselves. And nobody gonna tell me, well, I did all the work and you stayed at home. I be goddamn. And I'm just not the person you will play. No man will play with me like that. Whether it's my marriage now or if I had married another man, he would know not to play with me that way. Why? Because he would know who I am. And listen, and the man who would marry me would be a strong man. And you notice how these weak ass niggas who I will put my dick in their mouth, how they would then say she must be controlling her husband. Because they can't even imagine that there will be a strong man who stands for what he stands for. And he also has allowed his wife to be who she is. And when I say allowed, that means he remained in a marriage with her. And we don't have no conflict. We don't have no issues. I respect him and he respect me. I love him and he love me. And if that love ever end, which it could, I'm not stupid enough to think that it can't. These men want unconditional love, then motherfucker, you gonna get that from your mama. And listen, that's only if she a good mama. Because if she a bad mama, you might not get that from her. But you ain't gonna get that shit from me. And I'm gonna say this loud and proud. I'm gonna say it for Mr. Bob and every other man who's in my motherfucking life to hear this. There's only one group of people who get unconditional love from me. And that's gonna be my family. And when I say family, blood family. Because anything other than that, we can get divorced, right? We could cut ties. And if we could cut ties legally, then we could cut ties in my motherfucking heart. And so that gonna come with conditions. And so if you disrespect me, when I tell you that this, look, I don't care about this so much. We could probably talk through this, get over this, and still be able to stay on the same track. There's a lot of things that I can get over with and have. And then they got certain things that at this stage in my life, I'm not dealing with. And I'm gonna tell you what one of the things that I would never gonna deal with. I'm not dealing with no woman coming and telling me she pregnant for my husband. Divorce would be the easy route. I would have divorced him so quick, he would have never seen it coming. He wouldn't even know he divorced right now. It would have been so quick and fast, baby. It would have been like warp speed. And he probably might still think we married to today. But no, we would be divorced. That's how fast I would have divorced him. Not even because of the sex, by the way. Like I said, it would have been another baby. And it would have been the sheer fucking disrespect that these niggas think they could get away with. And it is because of us, ladies. I'm proudly saying I would have divorced this motherfucking ass. Because, see, I married him, and I've always said this. I got married young out of fear for many things. Safety of my health was one of them. Back then, HIV was, baby, it was a death sentence. Today, y'all motherfuckers happy and y'all taking y'all chances because you say, oh, I'll take some medicine for the rest of my fucking life. I'll be undetectable. I'll still have it though. And then I would still have to take tests and my partner would have to take tests. So apparently, just because it's undetectable don't mean you can't share it. And so back then, if you got it, you kind of knew you were going to die in the next 5 years. And so I took that in heavy consideration when I got married. I was like, shit, I like having sex. And I like having sex with you, Mark. I like you. You tall, you handsome. Yeah. Oh, you like me too? Oh, you let me be a little freaky? You like being freaky with me? Oh, you ain't got no diseases. I ain't got none. Okay. So shit, you ready? Okay. You got a job. I like the way you speak about family. I choose you. Do you choose me back? You do. I do. And we got married. So let's go fast forward. So I chose him, right? Yes, he had a job and shit like that. Okay, cool. So I chose him for that. So, but if he loses job and has, in the past, right? I didn't get divorced from him. I didn't give him no hard time or nothing. My husband is a man. He know what he need to do. And he did it. I never had to complain about it. Checkmate, right? Check on that. He didn't have no kids already by nobody. So if he had, I don't know if I would have married him, to be honest. Okay. But if I really liked him, I could see if he had a child before me dealing with him. Like if I had found out while we was married that he did have a child that he didn't know nothing about, I wouldn't have had no problem with it. And my children wouldn't know their brother and or sister. Because see, I believe in family. So it wouldn't have been no problem. But see that disease shit right there? There's no compromise on that, baby. If he be with another woman, okay, we probably could get past that. But what I can't get past is that he didn't care enough about himself to understand that he is married. And so if he catch a disease, he know he gonna be bringing that shit to me and his fucking family. And I would have divorced his ass. So even if he catch no disease, if he would have caught a disease, it would have been a divorce. And if he would have had a baby by somebody, it would have been a divorce. And that's it. And you ain't gonna convince me otherwise, niggas. Y'all got me fucked up. And then y'all got women up there be like, well, maybe I would, I'm not really, I don't know. I don't think I would destroy bitch, the family is destroyed. And it ain't me who did it or doing it. The fucking family is destroyed. And he just needs to understand that he did it. I'm just the one who closing the doors and locking them bitches behind me. That's what I'm doing. There is no chance. And you ladies are dangerous out in this bitch. You're not just dangerous for yourself, bitch. Make your decision. It's your decision to make. But you telling other women that shouldn't be divorcing a man due to something like that. Fuck what you talking about, ho. That nigga, he want my vagina to be just for him, and his penis is just for me. But I don't want no diseases from no motherfucking nigga. I got married, so I don't have to be out in no streets. I ain't got to worry about catching no diseases and shit. And a nigga gonna bring even the possibility that the nigga done dip in some shit without protection. Nigga, you cheating, okay? You ain't even gonna care about your health. So you don't care about your health. I don't care about divorcing your ass. And that's my word. Okay? And if I found out hubby cheated today, let's say he cheated 5 years ago. I found out today. The truth is, it wouldn't bother me too much. But if I found out that he got a baby out there that's 5 years old, then that nigga is divorced. That's it. He divorced. There is no conversation to be had with me. You put my life on the line. I'm not even out there putting my life on the line. So my life being put on the line by my husband, who's supposed to love me. Do not let these niggas talk you into no bullshit. Fuck these niggas. Let them put their dick where they want to put it. You ain't putting it in me no more, though. And you gonna be divorced. So you gonna be single while you dipping your dick where you want it. And I ain't gonna give no shits. And that's me being nice. I'm gonna tell you what evil or Scorpio man is not a good thing. Oh Lord, it's not a good thing, baby. Divorce is me being light with your ass. Like I'm saying, hey, I'm cutting the ties because it's best for you and me. It's best that I cut ties. It's best that you allow me to cut these motherfucking ties. Okay? Because the evil in me is not something you want to ever meet. Because I'm telling you, these niggas ain't gonna like what I would say because I'm not joking when I say you don't want to fuck with certain types of women. I happen to be that type of woman you don't want to fuck with. You don't want to get on her bad side. I'll be fucking a nigga. Listen, hubby want me to stay married. Oh, okay. You sure you don't want a divorce? Because I'm protecting myself, but I'm also protecting you. You might want to just let me end this shit up, wrap this shit up and go. Because that is a motherfucker. And I like fucking motherfuckers. You understand? I am a motherfucker. You understand? Payback is a motherfucker, and that bitch will be me. See, I would know that I want a divorce, so truly, it's already over for me. You want to stick it out, so I'll play the game with you. I'm going to play the game with you, baby. And when I go do what I do, I'm going to call you up. What you doing? Oh, I'm just going to pick up the kids. What you doing? Well, I'm in bed with Larry, Curly, and fucking Mo. You want me to see some pictures? Video? Larry, Curly, and Mo. Motherfucker. If I wanted to put my life and health on up for grabs and shit in danger, then I could have did that shit all by my fucking self. But no, I was being the gracious wife, keeping my shit held tight just for you, package only for you, all neatly packaged up, clean and shit. Whenever you wanted to open it up, you were just able to open it up. Just open the package up, and here you go. Here you go. This nigga out there, giving his shit away, but he ain't even gonna cover the package up. Nigga, you ain't gonna cover this shit up with nothing. You ain't got no rain coats, no rain jackets. You ain't got no plastic. You ain't, what's they call that shit in the kitchen? Saran wrap. You ain't got nothing. Grown ass man with some children and a wife. You don't even know what a condom look like. Okay. Yeah, I think he'll take the divorce. If he don't take it right then and there, I promise you within a month, he gonna want the divorce. And ladies, I know it sounds hard. Some of y'all gonna be like, oh, I would never be like, okay. You ain't got to be nothing. All you gotta do is let him know that you would and you could. See, you let him know that you would, because you could. And then they'll know not to play with you. It's almost like telling a man not to hit you. Some of y'all think you just shouldn't tell him because you think that's just sometimes you gotta let a motherfucker know. But you gotta draw a line in the sand. You gotta say, hey, I don't hit you and I don't expect you to hit me. Motherfuckers think silence is communicative. You think it's communicating by silence? That don't even make sense, right? Listen, if you really like me, then you have to let a nigga know I ain't taking that hitting shit because I'm gonna fight you back. Oh, I can't. I'm not strong as a man. That's right. But what I have purchased with my own fucking money, or maybe his money, I think he ain't gonna be able to compare to. And it's weird when you women, right? Well, I wouldn't do this because I don't think I'm strong as a man. Bitch, we all know you ain't strong as a man. We know I'm not strong as a man. And that's why they got things called friends. You know what I'm saying? And some of y'all are actually on this internet just so you could be a victim. I think some of y'all will be victims. You are actually asking to be victims. You're asking to be victims. You raise your hand and say, I will be your victim. But if you don't want to be a victim, you got to let people know that I'm not the victim type and I don't want to go to jail. I don't want to go to jail. I'm not the victim type. And I also don't want to go to jail. And so I'm going to have to move in particular ways. And you're going to have to move in particular ways too. You're going to have to also ensure that my ass don't go to jail. Why I got to ensure you don't go to jail? Well, you're going to have to abide by our agreements. You understand? And I'm willing to let you get away with a lot of shit. Lots. But these things here, I stand firm on. You understand that? Oh, you do? Okay. Because I don't want to go to jail. I don't want my family members to go to jail. I don't want my dad to go to jail. None of my uncles, my brother, not on my behalf. I don't want them to go to jail. And I'm gonna be honest. I would rather go to jail than to have them go to jail on my behalf. I'm that bitch. That bitch right there. They got a lot of women who will let other people do it. I get that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But I'm a different type of bitch. I feel like I wouldn't want to see my dad in jail because he had to defend me, right? So Dad taught me how to defend myself, just in case he's not there. But I would feel weird if I had to call Dad. Dad came down, and now Dad is doing 20. I would feel bad about that. I would be like, damn, I shouldn't have called him. So when I became of a certain age, I realized I ain't got to do that to my dad. My dad taught me well. So I put it down on the line. I said, hey, dude, I like you, you like me. And then I started talking about myself. We started learning about each other, right? I ain't train him, right? Because if you train a man, if I trained a man, he would know for sure not to hit me. Okay? But if I had to train him how to do some shit, I guess, because these niggas like using words. Anyway, let me press play, because I didn't took this shit to another level. Let me tell you something, ladies. Some of y'all dangerous for other women. And I also want you to know that some of y'all are dangerous for yourself. You're on the internet, right? Something accessible to everybody. And you talk. And the thing is, when I think I said this, when I was making money on the internet, I told y'all, these men never heard me talk. They never heard me talk. They didn't hear me say, I didn't say much of nothing. Right? Why is that? Men do not like hearing women talk. But some of y'all, you're single and you're on the internet talking. And you're saying a lot. And we gotta understand, if you're showing a man who you are, even if it's not who you really are, but you just on the internet and you show him you talking on panels and shit, and then you got other men disrespecting you and shit, some men not gonna like that shit. They're not gonna Men do not like hearing us talk. They don't marry us because we talk. In fact, that's some of the things they don't like about us. We talk. We talk about everything. Our feelings. We want them to talk about their feelings to us. We'll talk to them about their feelings. We'll tell. They don't want to hear all that. They'll listen to us when we dating, and sometimes they're not even listening. Nigga be talking to that motherfucker, he looking at you. All he thinking about is, damn, she's sexy, she beautiful, she this. He ain't listening to the goddamn word you say. And so I want you to know that, because some of y'all single on the internet and you're on these panels and you're talking. And even when you sound sensible, you talk too much. And that's not me saying that. That's what these men say. And they take that in consideration when they're dating you. You talk too much. Even if you're not talking a lot to them, you don't hear it and they realize you talk too much. You talk too much. We talk too much. So if you're on the internet and you're really trying to date because you're single, do not bring your guy friend to the internet to hear you talk too much. There's a lot of things these men shouldn't know about us, but we talk too fucking much. Something that women used to talk about only amongst themselves. Motherfucking bitches is on here talking too motherfucking much. Telling everything. Now, I don't give a damn what a little nigga on this bitch think of me. I got my man. You see? And I just want them to know they got me fucked up if they think I need to respect them like I respect my husband. And somebody asked me a question on this panel. And I was being as kind as I could be. If I give you a compliment, which I do, give people compliments. But just because I give you a compliment don't mean I gotta give another little fucking nigga compliment. And instead of the men realizing that, oh, well, she don't look at me like she look at him, and just letting that shit rock, niggas would rather want to know, well, why you treat him that way, you treat me this way. Because I be wondering in my mind, do you want me to treat you like I treat him? Because I think they're gonna say no. They want me to treat him like I treat, they want me to treat the other guy like I treat them. And that ain't happening. Once I make a decision on how I'm gonna treat somebody, that's what it is. But I could definitely treat you the way I treat him, though. I could treat you the way I treat him. The reason I'm treating him a certain way is because he said something or did something that I didn't like towards me. And when a little nigga, you know what I'm saying, call me out my motherfucking name, then he gonna get all this work. He don't get to call me a bitch because he married. Fuck him and his motherfucking bitch. You think I give a fuck about a nigga on this shit being married? I don't give a fuck about him, and I don't give a fuck about his wife, his mama, his sister, his daddy, his cousins, his aunt. See, once I don't give a fuck about you, and once I decide to disrespect you, your whole motherfucking family can get it. And I don't give a fuck. Now, this is the thing. For those of you who I don't respect, you just need to accept and be good with that. I don't disrespect you, but you ain't gonna be able to convince me that I should treat him like I treat you. The only thing you can convince me is that I can treat you the way I treat him. Cause this shit on this panel got crazy. Let me get to it. See this little this ugly red ass nigga at the bottom down here. You see that? See, I'm gonna be honest, okay? I don't like light skinned niggas. And it's all jump. It's all jump. I'm gonna be honest. Like off rip, if you light skinned, you could get this work. But, right? I'm talking about on appearance, on first coming together, eye to eye, right? Like you men say. The men say, hey, the first thing we notice is looks. So do we women, nigga. Didn't you know? We all go based on looks. You like some women just based on the way they look. And you dislike some women just based on the way they look. Well, women are the same. Humans, that's what we do. So for me though, I got some men who get my appreciation right off the bat. And then they got another who really I'd be ready to go at their ass as soon as they give me a reason. Because they, you know what I mean? So light skinned men, you got a disadvantage with me. I'm gonna just let you know right off the bat. But when we start having discussions, then now it's not visual. What I like about you has nothing to do with your looks. Now, if I like you, it's something else, right? I got to know a little bit about you, and I realize, oh, he cool, he this, he that, cool, right? That's the same even with the dark-skinned man who I may have looked at and been like, damn, he handsome. As soon as he opened his fucking mouth, he either gains more or he start losing. That's real life. What I'm saying shouldn't be confusing to no fucking body. So this little nigga at the bottom, when the nigga started talking about he trained bitches, he wasn't even live. In fact, I don't even think he had a picture up. He was just talking. I didn't even know he was light skinned. But let me tell you what I don't like about light skin off the rip. It's not across the board. What I find is that light skinned men in our community, they think they the shit. It's some women's fault for that. Some women apparently like light skinned men and y'all put them up on pedestal. But I like to knock little niggas off their motherfucking pedestal. And I got it like that. For you motherfuckers who just don't know, I got it like that. What that mean? Yo ass to put this nigga on a pedestal, yeah. And then the nigga will sniff behind me and I will knock him off his motherfucking pedestal. Yeah. This nigga said he trained his motherfucking wife. Like a dog. He disrespected her several times. I don't even know his fucking wife. Okay? If I was this nigga wife, which I would never be, that'll never happen. It'll never, ever, never be. You understand what I mean? And I would whip his ass. I would know that I could pull a dick out and make the nigga suck it. That's what rock star would get for me. The nigga call himself rock star, and the nigga look like a whole motherfucking. Well, I ain't gonna tell you what he looked like because that would be disrespectful. Okay, but and since he's not here, you know what I'm saying. But he sound like a bitch, and actually he looked like a bitch to me. Like, come on now, a light skinned men been out of style. They went out of style in the motherfucking 80s. By the 90s, them niggas was absolutely struggling. Okay. They was absolutely struggling. Okay. Let me play this shit right here. Let me play this. I want to go straight to him, but
You can't
Right,
make
but
this shit up, bro.
right,
You
but
can't
that's
make this
that's
shit
what I'm
up.
saying. That's the issue here. Look, Rockstar got a problem every time I say 2 words. But that's what I'm saying. It happens. People do it.
Well, I don't think he has a problem with you. I think it's what you're saying, Rose, because think about this, right? If the man, and we had a married man, Unc be streaming, he been married 20 some years. He came on, he said, if he stopped paying the mortgage tomorrow, I don't care how much his wife love him. He said it's gonna be an issue in the house.
Right, but
you're not. And listen, these niggas get up here and show that they ain't shit. Their wife don't think they is shit. If Unc be streaming, which I do believe, and said it because he said some fucking dumbass shit many times. If he said that his wife would leave him because he don't have his job, then we already know what type of marriage they got. And I can kind of assure you that she don't really like him. She definitely don't love him. And I'm not even gonna relate it to the bedroom. But what I would say, nigga, you might need to figure out what it is that you need to get your motherfucking wife to start having some appreciation for you besides just your money, nigga. Nick, listen. Um, and listen, if what he says is true, then Unc be streaming, you need to put some cameras around your house and in your car so you could catch your motherfucking wife sucking on another nigga's dick. Because listen, if I'm just with a nigga for his money, then that means he ain't got nothing else going for him. And yes, unless she a nun like and she don't really care about sexuality, sex, sensuality, and all that shit, then that's the way she gonna stay in that home. But if she a young, vibrant woman, anything like what you know what I'm saying, then she gonna fuck somebody else. Lame ass motherfucking nigga who got wives who don't give a shit about him. You got a wife that don't give a shit about you. All she care about is your money. You might want sharpen up your dick game, nigga. Go get a pencil sharpener and put your dick in it and sharpen it up. Cause all you need, like, I don't know what the hell to say. All you got is your money. Your money. So as soon as you lose a job, she out. And listen, and y'all been together 20 years, nigga, your dick game need to be sharpened. Let me see if I can find you a little PP sharpener on this bitch. Okay? Let's find us a pencil sharpener for that nigga. But I might, if it's $2, because you know he like to spend $2, I'll buy it and send it to you. Okay? I need you men to understand what y'all be saying sometimes. Y'all like to go at the woman so quickly that y'all will put yourselves down just so you can try to say something about women. Okay. Let's find this nigga a cheap ass pencil sharpener. And because I don't know his exact size, it could be really small and it might be just a thumb size. I think this pencil sharpener is that old time pencil sharpener right here, baby. But it's cost too much, nigga. It costs too much. We're gonna have to find one that's about $2. So yeah, we're gonna have to first find something else. Let's see if we see one for $3.99, nigga. Electric. It's $1 too much. It's $1 too much. He like to send $2. Let's see. It's $1 too much. I think I could find a 99-cent one at the Dollar Tree. Should I put in the Dollar Tree? I think we could find one for $1.25. That's Dollar Tree. Here we go. Oh, that's $8. No, I got to find a Dollar Tree. Oh, that's a lot of. Here go one Instacart. I can get this pencil sharpener right here. It got 2 holes. You understand? They got 2 holes, just enough. It could be someone like your wife, okay? And they got the back and the front hole. It's about the size your dick is. And I'm not talking about your actual penis, I'm talking about your virtual dick, nigga. Cause you virtually have emasculated your motherfucking self. Okay? Whereas you say that your wife of 20 years will leave you if you lose a fucking job. That's like me telling women if I stop having sex with my husband, that he gonna leave me. That would be me saying that all I do, everything I do, or who I am don't mean shit, because all I am is a sexual object. I be goddamn. I would never say no shit like that. If my husband left me because I stopped having sex with him, then I guess I'll be having sex with a new nigga. I don't know what to tell you. If I stop having sex with him, it must be a valid reason. Okay? Niggas be on here trying to embarrass us ladies. And some of y'all eat that shit up. And so I get on panels and try to give you a shooting chance. So I'll say what you want to say. But the problem, I don't have a problem saying shit that I know you won't say. That's why I do it. That's why I'm around young ladies. Get on the panels with y'all when I see y'all getting swung around by these men. And then I'll say something so you don't have to say it. But this is the issue. If I'm up there saying what the fuck I'm saying, do not come for me. Let these niggas do what they gonna do because they were doing it to you. I can deal with it, and I'm gonna give them this motherfucking work. Okay? But some of you women, right? Like this woman on this panel, that bitch will come for me even when I'm not coming for her. I didn't send for her and I didn't come for her, but she'll come for me. Even while them men was up there dragging her. Even she say, damn, I can't even say 2 words before you disagree with me. Right? Let's go though. Let's continue.
Hold on. And then you said, and I know this is extreme, but I'm gonna say it anyway. You said if your man or husband decided to stop working tomorrow, that you ain't gonna stay with him.
That wasn't it. I didn't say if he decided to. Stop taking it out of context, Trey. And
Yes, that
I
is,
didn't,
Rose.
hold on. When I spoke, I didn't bring up anything materialistic. I brought up the fact that people are not who they say that they are. When you meet them, you meet their representative, and you end up.
So she was saying something, and these men don't listen completely. But let's go a little further.
Either keep a man or stay married because they want to be the man and a woman, and the man that they looking for don't exist because they're looking for a straight gay man. And the shit ain't gonna work.
Now, see, I had to walk out my bedroom because I didn't want to wake up my husband. He was sleeping on side of me. Okay. But what I would tell you, young man, is we don't give a fuck what you think. Like
And
you
I
said,
don't give a fuck what you think.
okay, so let's be clear.
I don't give a fuck
I didn't say that I would leave my husband.
Don't cuss at your husband.
Jesus.
Listen, I cuss at you, but I don't cuss at my husband. You not him, bitch.
He a beta male, probably.
Okay.
Talk
You can talk. Listen, you can
Hey,
talk.
listen, I don't mind y'all sparring. I don't mind y'all sparring, but come on
Oops.
now. Come on.
No be okay.
No be
Advertising how in the text is crazy.
Nobody do that. We ain't doing that. Now that's right.
Y'all like playing with weak ass women from wherever you are. Let me tell you something.
Being submissive ain't weak.
She's showing you what she
I didn't disrespect my husband. See, I walked out the room. Now this is the thing. Strong men.
That's how they talk to their husband.
I
don't talk to my.
Now notice, I ain't said nothing about this man, wife or husband. We were just talking, right? I know y'all didn't hear the beginning, but I said, he tried to say that, okay, that was the part when I said, no, I will not leave my husband because he lost his job. I said that I would leave my husband if he cheated on me. Rose said that she didn't mention, she mentioned something about biblically the man's supposed to be the provider. And if with certain circumstances, if he's not providing, then she would leave it. Right? So I let him know when he spoke, he mixed up what I said and what she said and made it seem like we both said it. And I was like, nah. Now my husband was asleep. And I knew, I was about to get a little loud, right? I was about to talk. I was asleep. So I decided to go downstairs. So I said, well, I'm walking down, obviously I'm gonna go downstairs. So I grabbed my project that I was working on and I went downstairs where I needed to go anyway in order to finish sewing that shit up. Anyway, so I started telling this little nigga right here, right? He wants me to respect him like I respect my husband. And then he tried to switch it up and say, listen, we're gonna let y'all hear it. Here we go.
Y'all hear it?
So I ain't never.
No, this don't be fired, y'all.
Said I had to walk out the room so I don't disturb my husband. But you're not my husband. So you mixing me and Rose up. I said I would not divorce my husband due to money. I said we will make that work together. That's what I said. But I do have
Rose when I said that, not you.
No, see, now he mixing. He said I was talking to Rose, but he actually was talking to me, and he mixed up what she said and I said and put it together. Now he said I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to Rose. But him was the one going back and forth. So I don't know how he was talking to Rose. And that's what I'm saying. These niggas are live, right? But here we go.
Okay, but then you mixed up the cheating part. I'm the one who said the cheating. Rose didn't say that. So that's why I'm saying you mixed
up. I let that be known. No, I didn't. I was speaking in general for whoever it applied to.
He let that be known.
I let that be known.
No, and then y'all see another nigga jump in and say, yeah, he let that be known. And no, he didn't. But this is where the problem comes when other niggas jump in. Okay? Other niggas jumping in. You're going to see that these niggas do that a lot. The pussies, they jump in, they got to fight for each other.
Listen, nobody else need to get involved because what I said was in general. When I said what I said in general, due to my way, he jumped in and started talking about what he won't deal with. So he started making it personal.
I didn't make it personal. You took it personal.
He said in general. He said in general.
He started saying, I'm not gonna do this, and I'm taking care of my family.
And then he mentioned my husband and all that. He started making it personal, but see, that's what these men do. They do it everywhere. They don't just do it over here by trade. These men do this shit everywhere. They do that everywhere. Okay? They start jumping in and telling another man, speaking on behalf of another man. What I like is when the honest men come and say, well, nah, that's not what I said. Or, they got a few of them even on this panel. They honest. Even if they disagree with me, they okay with disagree with me. I'm okay with them disagreeing with me. But they don't have to lie. They won't lie. Or haven't lied, should I say. I don't know what they will and won't do. But I know what I've seen them not lie. Okay? Here we go.
And I'm going to fuck other bitches. He said that.
He was generalizing, Ms. Boncher.
Not somebody said he was generalizing, and then but he down there, he's saying he didn't say that at all. I didn't say that at all. While somebody else saying, he's saying that he did say it, but he was generalizing. See that, and that's the confusion, right? When they speak for each other. He can't get off his lie because somebody else said, yeah, he said it, but he was generalizing.
Oh, listen, I know what generalizing means. Apparently you don't. So why you gotta speak for another man though?
So why are you so triggered? Because
I'm not disrespecting nobody else.
How am I disrespecting by saying what I'm gonna do?
And this nigga just keep talking. He don't even know who I'm talking to right now. He just talking and running his mouth like a bitch. I can't say bitch over there, y'all. But I can say bitch over here. Okay?
My wife don't give me none. This is insane.
This nigga talking about his wife. I don't even know what we talking about.
Okay. And then he keeps talking like a woman. Okay.
Fuck you.
I know.
You out of line now. I'm gonna get on your
wife.
Excuse me. Can I interject?
Oh,
Let me say
man.
this.
I like the sparring, but come on, can we have an
It's
intellectual
getting crazy
sparring?
right
Hey,
now.
can I say this?
Me like that.
And let me say this. Let me say this from my chat.
Damn, he's still talking.
Excuse me.
Go ahead, Duke.
Hey, if you're in my chat right now, I am about to unlink my live, so y'all come over here. I'm going to drop the link to the No 304 show, so y'all can type in the chat over here. I'm gonna unlink that, and y'all come over here, and I'm gonna drop the link. So come over here.
All right, Duke. Appreciate you, fam.
I do. But have a good night, Duke. I'm not sure if you was leaving or not.
I'm not leaving. I'm just unlinking it so
okay.
they can come over here and type in the chat, because a lot of people's comments aren't being seen. So that's all I'm gonna do. Just come over here. Yeah.
I got you. Well, listen, hey,
Can I say this?
I say
I
what
like
I'm
the
gonna do is my
conversation.
wife don't give me none.
Hold on,
and
watch that
another
real quick. I
motherfucker
like
get
the
triggered.
Watch that. I like the
That ain't what you
conversation, but I just want y'all to be respectful. Like, we can have a conversation, right? Let's have a meeting of the minds, but let's still be respectful. We ain't got to go there, man. We all black, man. Come on.
Thank you, man. I ain't never
Yeah, man,
disrespecting
they go to
nobody.
everybody.
I've never disrespected nobody on no.
Young nigga, he's still talking. Still talking. Popping please and shit. I ain't never disrespect nobody. What? He done disrespected several women on this panel a couple of nights ago. But he copping please. Please.
panel I ever been on. I got over 300 episodes on my show, and I
Now nigga say I got 300 episodes on my show.
never disrespected nobody. But guess what? You ain't gonna keep disrespecting me because I'm different. I'm different.
That nigga say I'm different. I'm different. We know you different. Okay?
And let me tell you something. Let me tell you the difference between a real lady and a class lady. See, my wife.
A real lady and a class lady. What's a class lady? Let me look that shit up. Let's see what a class lady is. I wanted to ask him, but I ain't gonna interrupt him. A class lady. It's a class lady. High class lady. That's a movie. But he didn't even say high class lady. Let's go how to be a classy lady. Let's see if we can find class lady. Would that be a lady in class? A lady who goes to class? A lady who like to learn and educate herself, like in class? Is he talking about a middle class lady? A high class lady? Or is he just talking about a classy lady? We would never know, huh? We ain't gonna never know. These niggas just talk. Okay, they talk too goddamn much. Here we go.
Wife would never talk to a man like that, even if he was rude or disrespectful, because she know how to carry her motherfucking self.
Look, he said the classy lady, she ain't gonna never speak like that to no man before, even if he disrespectful to her. Yeah, I know.
In all situations.
Yeah, because you trained her. You trained her.
Right.
But see,
somebody need to train your ass.
You trained her like she a pet.
What's wrong with training your wife?
She a pet. See, here we go.
Look, somebody else jump in. Look, what's wrong with training?
You trained her like she a pet.
Now, hold on. No, hold on. Let me clap back. First of all,
that nigga say, let me clap back. I'm trying to see if I've ever heard a man say he clapping back. I never really heard that in real life from a man. Let me clap back. Okay, and mean what he mean. If he talking, I heard men say, "Let me clap them cheeks." Let me clap that. But that nigga said, "Let me clap back." I don't know, but okay.
My wife had a mama and a daddy, and me and him.
Nigga said his mama had a wife. His wife had a mama and a daddy. My wife had a mama and a daddy.
Close, okay. So first of all, her daddy and her mama trained her. Let's get.
Look, now you repeating what I said to him on the last panel. When I said my husband didn't train me, I said that my parents, right? If anybody trained me, I said but actually I said my husband didn't train me. And they was like, well, how would you know how to do certain things? Da, da, da. I said, well, I learned from my parents, the community tie. You know what I mean? I said, by the time I met my husband, there was lots of things I already knew how to do. Now he was saying that I was wrong, but now he using what I said to him the other day. He using that against me. Like I could see if he was using it against somebody else, but the nigga don't know that I remember what he said. And I definitely remember what I said. And now so it's crazy. But he want to tell me about his wife.
That shit straight.
Oh, you mean what I
hold on,
said?
Let me cook. Hold on. My wife was a wife before I met her, baby.
That's what I told him. I said I was a wife before I met my husband. He said that he had to train his wife. That's what he said last time. He said he taught her how to be a wife. Now he switched it up and said my wife was already a wife when I met her. And some shit.
All I did was train her to love me.
So y'all remember the discussion we had, and when I said exactly what he said, I said I didn't need a man to train me. I said I had parents, community. Remember, I said that. Now you changing that up. You changing it up. What you said the other day.
My wife.
Okay.
She was trained to be a wife, and then I further trained her to be the wife I need.
Wasn't that my answer, Trey? When I came up here and I said my husband didn't train me, I was trained. Everything I knew when he met me.
Well, I didn't have nothing. I didn't say nothing to you.
You said that.
Okay, so now but that's not what you said the other night. But listen, let's start over.
No, wait.
Oh my gosh, look at him.
Hey, but let me say,
I said let's start over, and the nigga's still going. It was something I was gonna say, but he just keep going like a bitch.
So, ladies, let me talk to Bomb Cherry and Rose real quick, because I know Rose has an issue with this. Y'all do understand that regardless of any man that y'all get involved with, that you're gonna be, even though our Bomb Cherry denies being trained, you're gonna have to, what's the word I'm looking for? You're gonna have to be trained to be able to deal with the man you're dealing with. I don't care how you put it. You're gonna have to be trained to a certain extent.
Or tailor to that man what that man wants.
Right. Listen,
and vice versa too. It's not wrong.
Listen, I didn't.
Wait a minute. And look, and vice versa too, which I said when I was like, hey, I can use the word train. I don't have no problem with the word training. As long as we can say that I trained my husband as well. And they don't like that. Some of them said, no, but it's go both ways. Some of them say that, but that light-skinned piss color nigga, he is the one who have a problem with that.
You always what you do? You play both sides the whole night. That's what I know about you.
Hell no.
He's trying to get back on Rose's good side. Nigga, you ain't slick.
Okay, so
listen, not at all.
Wait a minute. So that day when we was having this discussion, I said I was okay with the word trained. If y'all agree that I trained my husband as well. He had to learn me. So, but that's when y'all got crazy.
Learn and train is two different words with two different meanings.
And there you go.
Look at him. Now he back at it again. Learn and train is two different things. So when it comes to the man side, they have a real serious issue with that word train. But it's okay on the woman side of things. Okay? And he got me fucked up. Rest of the women, y'all can go with that shit. But I'll let you know, if you get with a man who want them words like that to flip, I want you to know you with a misogynist, and he gonna treat you that way. He gonna say, you the woman, I'm the man, and it's gonna always be that. I don't believe a lot of these men. That's why I talk shit to them. I don't believe them. I think they lie. And when I said I'm in this moment, I am talking about Rockstar. I believe if his wife, if she does exist, because she may, right? I believe that she is nothing like what he's saying. Okay?
again.
There you go. You see, so you just said,
Okay, just ignore him, Miss Bombshell. Just
Hold on,
ignore
real
him.
quick.
Go
I
ahead.
forgot about this. I forgot about this super chat, and this super chat was to Rose. DF5528 said, "Where does this obsession with men?"
Whoa. What's that? I just built a budgeting app in Base 44. Guys.
Let me put the link in.
Shout out to T.O. with the $5. I'm assuming that's I'm T.O. I don't know if that's the cross with the Bible and some wet next to it.
That's tricky. That's crazy work. That's tricky work right there.
I don't even know how to put that together, brother. I don't even want to, say nothing wrong. But go
like that men cheat. I mean, women too, but we're talking about men. Is definitely a thing. I think when we talk about this conversation, women do mostly leave relationships or divorce for cheating reasons. Now, me personally, I say that because I'm not set up emotionally to deal with that, right? I had to deal with that once. It was in my younger years. But I'm not playing second to anybody. I am not set up like that emotionally. And y'all can say what y'all want to say, because all of y'all men, if y'all woman was to cheat, I done seen men stand on bridges, get ready to jump off a bridge when they find out somebody done been in their wife. And y'all get on these panels and act like y'all like,
Yeah, because don't nobody belong in no woman other than her.
You said, "Hey, nobody belong in no woman except her husband." Now remember, they talking about cheating. Men cheating. Nobody ever said, well, men don't cheat and shouldn't cheat. But they're gonna always say nobody belongs in no woman except her husband.
Wait. Let's let Rose
preach. Rose, preach.
Hey, Wolfstack, Trey just called you out on what you doing. Stop capping, man.
You didn't call me out on shit. I didn't do nothing. I've been speaking the same way the whole time.
Hold on, listen, Rose, you might have a point. There's some lame niggas out here that do that, but a real one, nigga, let me tell you something. Man, boy, if a bride give up her box to another nigga, I can curl less. What I'm gonna get mad for?
Right, okay.
She made a decision that she wanted to make. It makes no sense for me to get mad.
Hold on, y'all. Okay, and that's why I said most. You're probably in that 10 to 12 percentile, but you're talking about y'all guys don't be coming to y'all telling the truth about why they got so much conflict at home and the things that be lying. But as I said, that comment is just more so I'm not set up that way. I'm not putting myself in certain situations to have to react to something like that.
Yeah, I agree. Because
the nigga is over your girl.
It was literally a guy that got hit up inside his baby mama crib last week because
one guy went live and killed her for cheating.
Live, y'all, on the live.
It's just as many stories of women crashing out too.
I believe, but I didn't say that they didn't, Rockstar, but we're talking about men right now because from what I've seen, men get up here on these panels and be lying about 85, 90% of men that get cheated on. They can't take it, and they end up
not at all.
That's a real nigga. That's a lame.
Most men are not crashing out over no woman. That's a lie.
Never crashed out. I'm not in prison. I'm not in jail.
Hold on, y'all men.
Crashing out is a serious word. That's a serious accusation. You can't.
Now hear him? Crashing out is a serious word. Ooh, that's a serious accusation. Is this nigga named Tony? Cause I don't know why he looked like a Tony to me. Okay, Tony's got these certain looks. But I'm gonna leave it alone. Either Tony or Anthony. Anyway.
Not just loosely say that and think we supposed to agree with it.
Well, let's just let Rose land, please, so we can see. We don't.
Let go that nigga.
Stop sucking up, Wolfcap. Stop sucking up.
Rockstar, you don't have to believe it. It happens.
I don't believe in anything. It's just a fact that ain't true.
Maybe
go ahead, finish your
hold on, real quick. Hold on, Rockstar. What are you saying not true?
Bro, you think about, okay. And this is a part of the problem that I hate about.
He don't know what he's saying not true. He's just saying things. And so they asked him a simple question and he can't tell you.
About my culture is because we fucking remix and redefine words to mean what the fuck we want them to mean, and it end up with 100 different definitions.
He can't answer the question.
Yeah, they do that to racism.
So let's just go off what the general agreed definition of what crashing out mean. Y'all know that's some violent shit.
Oh, it's not.
Most black
Dumbass.
men are not crashing out over a bitch.
Yeah,
Stop
y'all
that.
crashing out.
Yeah, they crash out
But
walking down the street. Like she won't give you her number, and
This
these
is
men
crazy.
crash out.
This is what
But
they think
Most
of us.
men
guys.
ain't doing that, Miss
But
This is
Bomb
what they
Most
think
men
of
ain't
us.
beating up no female because we didn't get her
Hold on,
number.
let
I didn't
Rose
say
land,
beat.
y'all.
I
Okay,
didn't say
okay.
beat up.
Hold on, Bomb Cherry, real quick.
This is
Let
what they
Rose,
think
let
of
Bomb
us,
Cherry, I mean,
y'all.
let Rose land, and then you can go, Bomb Cherry.
here's my thing, and to what Rockstar just said, they ain't crashing out over a bitch, and to think that he's married for someone for so many years and he's talking like that, that's a
Keep
big,
my marriage
that's
out your
a,
mind.
hold on, that's very, to me, that's disgusting, honestly, because we were
What is she
actually
talking
we
about?
were actually talking about
No,
married
so hold on,
married
Rose. So let
people.
me, so hold on, so he don't feel
What?
offended.
Yes.
Let me, hold on, Rockstar. So hold on. So watch this. Rose is not trying to disrespect your man.
Oh no, I'm thinking. I'm just messing with. I'm just talking shit.
Okay,
with her.
okay. I
Yeah,
just want to
you
be clear
good.
because I
Look, now he just talking mess. He just bullshit. You see what he does when other men ask him a question, he calm down. But when women are talking, he get all these internet muscles, these virtual muscles, and want to pump his chest. He's like, oh no, I'm just joking.
know
Yeah.
some people, you
Yeah,
know what I mean?
shit, the
So
other girl
what's
just called me a
Rose
woman, so I
okay,
ain't worried
so
about that. Yeah.
so Rose has a certain
I already done figured her out.
perception of how married men should act and carry themselves. That's what it is. Okay,
Yeah.
go ahead, Rose.
Yeah, if I ever offend anybody, please don't take
You
it personal.
good, you
I'll
good.
definitely apologize if I do.
No, you
But what
good,
I'm
baby.
saying is we're
Nigga say she good. How long you think he gonna start insulting her? He say she good. Here we go.
talking about men that are in marriages that are providing, protecting, and leading their wives. So if their wives are to go out and get violated by another man, no man is realistically is just sitting
Look.
at home like, oh, you cheated on me. Oh, okay, that's cool. I'ma just leave. You know, I'm upset, but you know, it's no big deal. No man is doing it. So when Trey sit back and he be acting nonchalant about that, like if that didn't happen to him, that he wouldn't feel some type of way and act up on them emotions, that's not true.
And that's not considered crashing out. What,
But
that's
what's your
not
point
crashing
though? That
out.
ain't crashing out. That's your wife violating you. What we doing?
Right, but what I'm saying is Trey said that he acting like that he wouldn't really care if she just went out and did it. That's on her. No, y'all are reacting to that. That is gonna bother
But
y'all
that-
emotions.
It's not
Can I
crashing
say something, Rose?
out.
Can I say something, Rose?
Duke, you got it. Hold on, Duke, because I told Bon Cherry she can go next, but I got to address
Yeah.
something, and I hate addressing the chat, but I have to.
Okay, listen to this, y'all. How it's gonna go. Okay? I hate that the chat was disabled for live stream because the chat was popping. But here we go.
Because one thing I don't do is play by my reputation. Rose, do you feel like I'm allowing men to disrespect you on this platform?
No, and I just said 10 minutes ago, I was like, Trey and Sam, they've never let any man disrespect me on this platform. It has never happened.
Okay.
Okay, so somebody in the chat had typed, you know, how the men are over talking her. They talk about Rockstar. And then they said disrespectful. I didn't see where they said that Trey or nobody was allowing it. They were just saying that, you know, these men are disrespecting Rose. Okay. Okay.
So that's going in the chat. I wanted to be clear. Rose, are you secure, and do you feel like I'm dropping the ball when it comes to protecting you on this platform? Because
No.
somebody we know is saying that I need to stop letting people disrespect you, and that is disrespectful.
Text me who said it. No, I don't feel like that.
I got feeling this August.
Group chat.
Oh,
You
no. I
probably
thought
right.
we addressed that about 10, 15.
Well, can you get in our group chat and address it? Thank you.
Okay, so something going on in their group chat. We're in chat, something was said. And watch what I say, and then she gonna I'm gonna say something to kind of I'm not even going against her or anything. I'm explaining that, hey, well, y'all gonna hear it.
Yeah, I will.
Go ahead, Bomb Cherry. After Bomb Cherry, we got Duke Pharaoh.
Okay. I just want to side with the person, if they think that Rose is being disrespectful, disrespected, but she may not feel that way. So, sometimes we all see things and we see it a little differently than even Rose. And that's okay. I'm
trying to throw shade, Mom.
I'm not throwing shade. I'm actually saying.
Now she's saying that I'm throwing shade. All I said was Rose may not feel disrespected, but others who's watching may feel like she's being disrespected. I don't know how she think anybody throwing shade if they trying to make sure she's good, trying to make sure that she's good, she's safe, and some of these men don't go too far in disrespecting her. So I don't know how she would think what I said was shade. But okay, goddamn.
Yes, you are.
Oh my God.
You made a comment not too long ago when Ali was on here that he was disrespecting me, and I never said that. So you say that I allow disrespect and I don't address it.
But did you just hear what I just said, young lady? I just said that you may not feel disrespected, but other people may see what's going on and feel like you're being disrespected. I'm just saying what you just said. I felt like you was being disrespected.
That's what she said. That's what she said, Rose, for sure.
And this is the problem, right? This is the problem, right? Because even some people just not being honest. They not listening because they have a preconceived notion. No matter how many times I give a clean slate to forget about whatever happened before, some people keep it, and it's okay. You able to keep it. Anyway, what I was saying earlier, because the conversation was, y'all were saying that women, right? We were saying that women don't love unconditionally. And I agreed with that to an extent. But my love for my husband, right? There are some things where I would divorce him for, but it would not be money. Okay, it's not going to be money. It's not going to be, we got to downgrade with how we living. And we living together, loving each other.
Oh. I ain't not tripping. Uh-oh. Let me see. I don't know. We're going on. Let's go check.
Living together, loving each other, I'm okay with that. I got that man's back, just like he has mine. But if he cheats on me, then he no longer caring about my back or me, right? He decided to care about somebody else in a way that he knows that I don't agree with. But there are relationships where the women don't care, right? And that's their relationship. And I'm not against that. If a woman says, hey, you could go have sex with who you want, or you can have 2 wives and 3 wives, I don't think nothing wrong with that if they agree to that. I put some standards in place, and I'm not going with a man who wants 2 and 3 wives. That's
Ms.
it.
Bomb Cherry, can I ask you a question when you're done, Ms. Bomb Cherry, please?
Yes. And so I'm not against, and that's my talking points is always people are different. They have their own type of relationships. They set them up, and if it work, it work. And if it don't, then they go back to the drawing board and figure some shit out. And that's it. And I'm not against men. There's some men I actually love black men, first of all. And certain black men I love more than others, like a Duke type, right? And then they got some of you, our son, because I raise sons. And I see that some of y'all are like childlike. And I'm not calling anybody on this. Well, there's a few, only one of you. Maybe 2 of you. That I was son. There's 2 of y'all was son. And if y'all need to call names, I would not son, right? Son Sam.
Why are you talking to me, Rose? See what I'm talking about? I didn't even say nothing.
Liberty, I don't know you. I wouldn't son you. I don't know. There's a few of you I don't know. It's 2 of y'all that I've had conversation with, and I was son. And Wolf happened to be one of them.
Whoa.
Light-skinned ass nigga. So
ain't nobody son to me. I don't get son in real life by nobody. I don't get son by men. Nobody. Respectfully, nobody sons me.
Call me Miss Bomb.
None of that.
Bomb again, like you supposed to.
You know what's sad
I'm
about
just joking
this?
with you, baby. I'm just joking.
Yeah,
I'm just joking
No,
with
no,
you.
no. I'm not upset. I'm not upset.
I know you're not. I know you're not.
You can be my auntie. I'm my mama. I'm not.
I
I
know.
don't respect no elderly women. I'm just saying.
No, you
like,
good, babe. You good.
You got to know where man's coming from when he's saying that most of us think that Miss Bomb Cherry. A lot of us do want to be married.
I do want to be
A lot of us do want long-term love, but the women we date nowadays don't want it. What's up, bro? Go ahead, brother Shay. Go ahead, bro.
Did you go to Bomb Cherry Instagram?
No, I didn't. I never seen it.
Okay, don't give it to him, cause Bomb Cherry, he'll go to it.
We know what he do right every day.
Can I ask one question to Rose real quick?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Rose.
Okay, go ahead.
What's wrong with her Instagram?
Okay, Rose. Do you have a prime example of marriage or what or how a husband is supposed to treat a wife in like real time?
Absolutely.
So it's like your uncle.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm a fast
she
forward.
get upset and she acts a little different, which I doubt. You know, I've always seen her handle herself in a wife-like manner in public. So yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and the reason why I asked that because it only confirms that you have an example of it, so you're firm in why you say what you say. So that's dope.
Yeah, because I know what I'm like, my expectations or desires, whatever. I know it exists, right?
Yeah.
And Rockstar,
What expectation is this, bro?
what's funny, Rockstar?
That was always smiling, Rose.
That was Harlan laughing at you.
What I'm doing? I ain't laughing at you, baby. I'm always
that was Harlan laughing at you.
Oh,
see.
She's ready to jump out the window right now.
That was me that was laughing, but I wasn't laughing at you. I was just laughing at Duke.
She just automatically thought it was me.
Okay.
No, I was asking the real question because when you listen to people's talking pattern, like I say, my brain calculates totally different. And when you're saying what you're firm, y'all know I just came around here, so I'm just listening to the pattern. Like someone you have seen an example of a husband or like that.
Yeah.
Respectfully, Duke. Listen, respectfully, Duke. She ain't no Proverbs 31. We broke down the Proverbs 31 woman. My friend ain't got there yet. She close. Cause you gotta get one thing. Listen, let me tell you. No, listen. That's not a shot at her. I'm being honest. We broke it down. Did we not break it down, Samson?
Yeah, we did.
Oh, Rose got one more thing till she read Proverbs 30. Y'all know what it is?
Yeah.
Well, I'm about to help you out because
I didn't know. 15 minutes, they're coming to my house. I'm not sure what's going on here.
I'm saying
no. What I know. So listen, my friend Rose got to start putting paper on her man a little bit more. Once she do that, she good.
What you said? What, Trey?
You gotta start spending money on your man a little bit more. That's what the Proverbs 31 woman did.
When I was in a relationship, the guy that wanted to marry me, there was not a birthday, a holiday, or anything, just something simple if he just talked about something new coming out that he did not have. So that's never an issue.
So it was, it was only on holidays?
No, I said holidays, birthdays, or if he talked about something that he just really wanted.
So you did.
It was at the house before he could even stop talking about it. So I'm very well aware of that. What I'm saying is, it's just certain things I'm not doing going into a fresh relationship because I don't lead with money and I don't want to be led with money. And I had a conversation.
I got you. Okay.
You know, I had a conversation. I think
I stand corrected. My bad. I stand corrected.
Rose definitely said she don't want to deal with a man that's not generous. She definitely said that. So generosity normally means money. Just
What,
saying.
and that's the difference. Generosity is different. But what I said was, you have men that lead with money. Like I was on here and I told Trey, it was a guy I first started talking to. The next day, he wanted to give me $5K just for no reason. It's like, to me, you're trying to buy me when you come to me and you really don't even know my middle name yet, but you want to give me $5,000 just because. And that was turned down because I know those type of guys. They like to buy their control. That's why they like to lead with money, because they don't have nothing else to lead with. And I'm not that type of girl. And so, Duke, to your point, when I speak on here, I'm speaking about majority of women, majority of men. So a lot of times I'm not even getting personal.
I do have a couple of questions, but I'm gonna leave it alone because I'm wondering why, like, a man just says he go $5,000. So all they met, and then he said he go $5,000. Now, listen, I'm not saying that doesn't happen, but I can tell you who that does happen to. And that's not how she portrays herself, right? She portrays herself like the Trey wife, like the religious wife. A man, even if a man leads with money and he wants certain things, he leads with money to a certain type of woman, right? And so what I would say is you can portray one thing on the internet and be portraying a whole nother thing in real life. And how do we know that you portray certain in real life? Based on when you say that men is offering you $5,000. Oh yeah, they give money now. Let me be clear. They got the men who give money. The ones that they respect and shit, they ain't offering $5,000 for something. And you know, the ones in which they figure, okay, she out here like that, I'll pay for what I see that I want. Then yeah, they'll offer her money for that. The men who and you can tell based on what she's saying, because if she's saying I could tell he want to leave with money, and he that type of guy, and she dealing with that type of guy. You know, I never really deal with a certain type of guy. They've been in passing. You know what I mean? In passing. They even the ones who want, you know, they I don't even know what I'm gonna leave it alone, baby. I'm gonna just leave that shit alone. Boy, we all tell on ourselves, baby. Just some of us will be outright with it, straightforward with it, without playing with it. Tell the truth with it. Tell the truth with it. Tell the truth with it. Stop lying, bitch. Stop lying, bitch. Tell the truth with it. But they always end up telling the truth through their stories. A man who she even really know offered her $5K, and she didn't take it because she ain't that type of woman. He offered it to her though because he thought she was that type of woman though. And then, like I said, what was she doing for him to think that she was that type of woman? That's it.
Like I feel like off of here, I'm a totally different person.
We spent the last 9 years asking for the return of the snack wrap, and we won. But should we have been asking for even more? The hot honey snack wrap is here.
Goddamn commercial. I'm trying to get tricked.
So of course you're gonna get the panel roll.
You know you like me.
There she go.
Get the panel rolls. You're not gonna.
Y'all hear it, huh? Do y'all hear it? Oh, baby, she telling you now. She got the panel rules, but then there's the real life rules, and the red panel rules and the real life rules does not align. It don't align, and that's why panel rules, motherfucker, gonna be like he's into the biblical thing, right? But the real life rules, she get approached by men who leave with money and say, "Here go this $5K, so I could get." Whatever you offering. I ain't hating on it. I'm just saying, coming out of her own mouth. Here we go. We're gonna rewind a little bit so y'all can hear. And she's saying that she ain't the same, baby. The real life and the online ain't the same. The real life, biblical, looking for a certain type of man, being a decent woman, That ain't the real. That ain't how it aligns in the real life. Here you go.
A man on this panel that I was trying to attract. So of course
Nah,
you're
that's
gonna get the
That's
panel
cap.
role.
You know you like me.
You're gonna get the panel roles. You're not gonna
That's
get me
cap.
off of YouTube. So yes, and then I have an older sister that's married. I have a sister that's like 40 something. She's been married for almost 20 years now. So she's an even closer example, and they're happily married. You know, so
I wanted to address the crash out statement that was made earlier, because compared to the men that catch women up to the crash out, a lot of crash outs not happening.
It was amazing to me that the men kind of accepted that answer from her. Like, if I would have said that, and I kind of have alluded to that, right? Alluded that when they keep telling me they know who I am, and I'm like, I don't think you know anything about me, right? Well, they heard what I said over on this panel, on their panel, right? And so they got a general idea of who I am, and they disagree. They like, nah, it can't be. It cannot be. The answer got to be that they know what they're talking about and know me. And why? Because I shown them who I am on their panel over here. And yet, she's saying that exact thing. But the difference is, I'm not on the internet on their panel acting like I'm a good girl. I'm not acting like I'm any particular thing that I know that they would want me to act like. But she is. So if she's saying this biblical church going woman who wants this certain type of man act that she has on the panel, if she's saying that is not real, then what? What is she saying? Who is the real Rose? Will the real Rose stand up? Stand up, stand up, stand up. While she bending over, bending over, bending over. While she twerk, 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 twerk. And 5K was her work. That 5K was her work. But the real sick. I don't even know, baby. I'm back under. That's these men, and they don't hear. They can't hear. They do not understand when we're talking, ladies. They don't like when we speak. Therefore, they do not listen to us as we speak. And that's why they did not hear when she said she's fake as fuck on these internet streets. Okay? They didn't hear her say that. And they gave thumbs up and everything. Baby, Lord have mercy. Here we go.
Men are dealing with the situation accordingly. So this whole thing that men are just crashing out, like you pointed out, dudes are crashing out. We pointed out some situations or whatever, right? But overall, compared to women that's cheating and getting caught up, dudes are nowhere near crashing out. And I think a lot of it is because men are starting to learn female nature. And I say this to people all the time. If you really want to damn near eliminate the crash out, period, start informing men about female nature. That'll damn near eliminate it altogether.
Yeah, because hey, what was that TV show Snap based around?
Oh man.
Oh, but women killing their husbands, poisoning them with what's that shit they put in the antifreeze? They poisoning their husband with antifreeze, putting in their coffee, their soda.
Wasn't it me too?
I'm not negating the fact that like some men can handle it, better than others. But what I'm saying is too, a lot of y'all men get on here and y'all don't date men. You don't experience another man from a dating experience, that dynamic.
That's
so
true.
when we are at home with a guy and we're on the receiving end of his actions, trust me, it's the opposite of what y'all say. And then after they done crashed out, they done did act emotional, punching walls, punching holes in the walls, doing all this crazy stuff. Then they get on the phone with y'all boys, y'all cousins, y'all uncles, and now they calm. Be like, yeah, this just happened, but it's cool. And then y'all get on here and y'all say things like that. Like,
hold on, y'all. I gotta get these cash outs out the way. Rockstar, then you got it. 1 second. All right. my boy T.O. said, so is anybody work the job? They are now pets.
Yeah, because they equated training to petting, which is crazy.
All right.
My husband is not my boss.
Then we got 30K in the building. He said, are you defending women or bad behavior? They are not the same thing. But if you jump in and defend bad behavior as if it's women in general speaks volume. Once it's called out, the moonwalk starts. Shout out to my brother 30K.
What does that even mean?
30K. You can come on the platform. There is a spot open.
Yeah, because I'm tired of y'all writing these super chats and we got to decode that mess. Don't nobody know what that means.
Nope, £8, but some no.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They got some hope in you. Keep hope alive.
You so
you
so shady.
That was shady. That was shady.
You always shady.
So to respond,
I'm not always shady, but
so to respond what Rose was saying, so to say that would basically mean you would be inferring that majority of the women that are dealing with crash outs are not reporting it. And statistics show that 77%.
They start talking about women and crashing out, and it start getting crazy. But let me show y'all where at the end. I'm gonna fast forward it, and then because it's almost 9. Okay. Let me see.
Don't listen to some Shirley Caesar. Oh my God, that was great.
You need to know how to spell black man. Read more.
All right, then my boy T.O. came back and said they was in there like the UFC. Man, hold up. Yeah, this was crazy.
You the right hand.
And somebody wife tell me it's crazy. 21 times a month. It's cool, man. It's fine.
We was cracking jokes on Wolf because he's the one who I call him the masturbator, baby. The nigga say he masturbate once a day, minimum.
And the other, no mind.
Jeez, man. All right. Listen, I keep it.
I don't like it if you asking me on a personal level.
Excuse me.
Okay, here we go.
What's your question, my
You
brother?
think I can?
Yeah, I think that anything you want, you know.
For you, that's crazy. I ain't saying what you saying. You know
you slow because you let a woman.
I'm gonna leave somebody, mama.
Okay, so I called Wolf slow. So we found out this nigga is with a woman who stabbed him, cheated on him, right? So I was like, based on these men, you the simp of the century. Okay. So we cracking jokes on his ass over that, and then
God bless you. I got love for you. That's crazy.
Can I ask you a question, Bon?
Oh yeah, you could ask me anything. Go ahead.
Bon, pick the Bon chill. You think I can? You think I can?
Okay, so check this out.
Where you gonna lie?
You think what's your question, my
You
brother?
think I can?
Yeah, I think that anything you want, you know how to go and get it.
Do you think?
Now you see what happened. Okay, let me tell y'all what happened right now. Duke asked me, could he ask me a question? And I was like, brother, you can ask me anything you want. But that other dude down there is talking to me, and I didn't even notice him talking to me. I thought Duke asked me, can he get whatever he want? And I was like, I'm quite sure you can get whatever you want. So I'm like, then it get real confusing for me because I'm listening to Duke, and then I look down and I see that nigga say, what about me? And I said, nigga, you piss colored. so you're going to see where I'm confused as fuck, okay? Thought I was talking to Duke, okay? So why Duke asked me, can he ask me a question? And then the question, I thought it was him, coming from him.
You think, what's your question, my brother?
You think I can?
Yeah, I think that anything you want, you know how to go and get it.
Do you think I can? You think I can get some jam?
I find you to be attractive. I find you.
I see you gonna lie.
Your personality, I kind of like it. If you asking me on a personal level.
See, I thought I was talking to Duke, yo.
Excuse me. I asked a general question. General question.
You asked me about you, baby. If you ask me in general, do most of these men could get it? I'm gonna say no. If you ask me
Duke
about
ain't
you,
saying
I'm gonna say
shit. You could tell I was sewing.
I'm not trying to argue what you do.
So you saying that I can't? She just asked the whole panel, could I get crash when I want?
Hold on, let Duke get in there. Let Duke get in there.
Cause that shit just anyway.
I gave you a compliment and it blew your mind.
No, I appreciate it. I'm
Oh,
humble.
okay.
Oh,
Because
no,
you know
I'm
that was a
humble about it.
compliment, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Okay.
ma'am. So
Wait,
my
I
niggas
was
just
talking
listen
to you.
talking.
I ain't giving
My
you no
niggas-
compliment, you red, pissy looking nigga.
Volunteer.
I'm talking to you.
Okay, so you was talking to me. I caught what you said earlier. Appreciate it. Watch this.
Not the red pissy is great.
You're married.
Y'all see
right?
y'all see how confused I was? Y'all, that's what I get for not paying attention. Duke asked me, can he ask me a question? And I was like, you can ask me anything, my brother, right? And then I didn't know, but Rockstar was the one talking to me after that. And I was like, yeah, I'm quite sure you could get whatever you want if you put your heart to it. Right? I'm all that time I thought I was talking to Duke. I even mentioned Duke's name. I said, I was giving you a compliment, Duke, right? Or some shit like that. So the whole time I thought I was talking to Duke, but it was the pissing red nigga down there talking to me. And he was blushing. Nigga. I don't even know what to say. I feel a little sick right now that he thought I was talking to him. And I happened to be talking to him without knowing I was talking to him. God damn. Damn. And then I thought Duke was on something because I'm like, when I looked at the screen, I saw he was looking confused. And I was like, you don't recognize I'm giving you a compliment? That nigga down there cheesing. That nigga married. I'm married. So when a single man is talking to me, but he knows that I'm married, but when a married man is talking to me, I treat him a little different. But this piss ass nigga said something to me. I respect married men, right? I'm not gonna disrespect married men unless they disrespect me. Then I'm gonna give them whatever I give them. Okay, I don't give a fuck about them or nobody they rock with. I don't give a fuck. But this shit was confusing. Okay, because at the time I still don't recognize that wasn't Duke talking to me.
Mom's here. 30 years.
Yes, 30 plus years, yes. We about to our anniversary tomorrow. Yes.
Most. Whoa. Okay. And Rob, you're married too, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, now I might ask this question in full honesty. Don't take offense to what I'm saying.
Okay.
Now, I was in a previous relationship not too long ago. I want to get married, all this other stuff. When she go to bed, she want me to go to bed, right? When she go to bed, she want me to go to bed. When I go to bed, she up playing on the phone and doing all this other stuff. Now, you two people are married. You've been on here like 5 hours. You've been on here about an hour or two or so, something close to an hour, right? Now, hearing all these sexual innuendos and stuff, I'm like, okay, well, y'all married. Is it cool?
Now, see, I didn't know that I was doing those sexual innuendos because I didn't hear Rockstar, right? I wasn't listening for Rockstar. I thought I was talking to Dooku. He has never come at me on no sexual tip. So when I heard somebody say, do you think, I thought he was talking in general, like, do I think he could get a woman or some shit? And I was like, I'm quite sure you could get what you want. Right? That's what I was telling him. But I thought I was talking to Duke. But didn't I know I was talking to Rockstar? So now I hear him asking me about sexual innuendos, and I don't know what he's talking about because I didn't do no sexual innuendos. But it seems like Rockstar gonna answer because he was the one doing the sexual innuendos. I just was lost in the sauce. That's all, right? Because I'm confused when he asks me about sexual innuendos until Rockstar starts speaking. Watch.
Is there understanding in your household that y'all can talk like? Because he just asked you something about looks, and I'm like, damn, that's crazy. That are y'all Christian married folk, or y'all just married?
Not of no religion.
You gotta be clear on a couple of things, Duke. Rock said he got his girl trained, and Bomb got her husband trained.
No, I don't have my husband trained. I don't have my husband trained. But I didn't hear him ask me anything.
My bad.
I never. You remember? I'm against the word trained in America.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry, I forgot. My bad.
Okay. I didn't hear him ask me anything sexual, so I missed
No,
that.
I didn't ask you nothing sexual. The only reason I even did that because it was funny to me. I was cool with whatever the response was. I only did that because of some of the insults you gave to me just to get a laugh. So
What you asked me, babe? What you asked me?
Nah, you good. Don't worry about it.
Oh, I thought that was Duke who asked me.
Now it's Bay now. Really goes how you missing a minute ago.
Crazy. The crazy part. I'm gonna wait till he finishes. The crazy part about it, you were saying something to me, and then he interjected and asked you about his looks, and you responded, but you thought you were talking to me because you thought we had the same voice because our octave. And then that just made me ask the question. I was like, hold on, watch this. So when I hear married people, like, forgive me, everybody, I dislike when married people are on the internet and they have a different perception. Like, marriage doesn't really mean shit. Like, when I be listening to people talk, I'll be like, damn, you married? Hell no, y'all can't be married to somebody unless y'all got like some type of established agreement that y'all can get on here. 5 hours, an hour, you got out the bed to come and talk to niggas? Oh shit! I'm just sitting there like, God damn. That's all that's happening to me too.
But I didn't get out of bed to talk to niggas. That's not what happened.
You got out of bed. You got out of bed to be respectful, so you wasn't loud. But then you've been out the bed.
No, I wasn't in bed. I said No, what I said is I left my room so I won't wake my husband up. So I came downstairs. But I run a business. So I'm down here with my sewing machines. I have a sewing machine upstairs. Well, I have 3 of them upstairs and 3 of them downstairs. So I came downstairs.
Is you sewing right now?
Yes. You want to see?
Dr. Cap.
Mom, you good.
Yeah.
Somebody saying I don't
she
y'all
definitely
see me
getting away.
so on this channel.
Her lies are believable. Her lies are believable.
Wait, are y'all saying y'all haven't seen me so on this channel?
No, that's not what I'm asking.
Anybody up
we
here
never
with
saw you.
You
I'm
sewing right
so-
now.
Shout out to everybody on my channels if you're on Facebook.
Okay, I hit the wrong button. So y'all saw that, right? One dude said, "No, I never seen you." That nigga was up here. I'm talking about Wolf. Well, he was on the panel when I was sewing. I've been over here a couple times. I think 2 times for sure I was sewing on this panel. Okay. So I don't know what Wolf is talking about. So they trying to make it seem like I'm lying. He's like, she's good. She's good. Okay, we go.
I didn't hear him ask me anything.
My bad.
I never. You remember? So the question
Yeah, we heard
was,
30K. We heard
do you believe that somebody like myself who sew everything, right? Which I'm sewing bags right now, that I'm gonna only be at the sewing machine. I do cut fabric. So if you didn't hear the sewing machine, but y'all never hear my sewing machine because I hit mute. I don't think anybody up here have ever heard any of my sewing machines while y'all saw me sewing. So I don't understand.
That's fair. I didn't even know you was a sewer.
That's right. And ask Trey. Trey, have you not seen me actually sewing on your channel over here?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, you do it all the time.
Bon Cherry, what he's saying is that.
All right, where everybody go? There you go.
Bon Cherry, what he's saying.
I know what the
Y'all
man
go
said.
ahead.
I heard him. He could speak for himself, and I heard him clearly.
All right, go ahead. 30.
And I love
Hey, real quick, because I'll let you speak. Real quick, I'll let you speak. All right. This is what he was saying. All right. From the time that you came onto the live, right? There was stuff that was being said because this is being recorded. So regardless of how you try to spin your words, people are gonna go back and listen to what you said. When you said, "Hold up, let me leave because I don't want to wake my husband up." That's how far back he's going.
Yes, and I agree. I said that.
So what he was asking from the time that you turned on the phone and started listening and entered the live, was you at the sewing machine in your bedroom? That's what he's asking.
Yes, in my bedroom, I was at the sewing machine, and then I walked downstairs.
Okay.
That's what I work at the sewing machine. When I'm cutting fabric, I was at the sewing machine upstairs. I came downstairs so I don't wake my husband up. I have machines down here as well.
You said you dropped.
But it wasn't because of the sewing is why I left from up there. Remember, I said I don't want to be too loud talking on here. So I came downstairs.
You said you dropped the bottle at 12:15. What time did you drop the bottle?
What's going on, Scam?
Real quick.
Hey, who was that, bro?
Yeah, that's Scam likely.
I know that voice. That definitely like Scam for sure.
All right. Anybody got any?
Okay. So there was a little confusion with Duke. Duke was, and so I didn't understand why Duke asked me that. Now I do, right? Because now looking back at it, reviewing it, I now see why he asked me that question. But I did not know that the question that was being asked of me was from that piss color dude, okay? So I thought Duke, who never disrespected me, I've never disrespected him, right? He's courteous and all that thing, right? He let people speak, you don't really interrupt. When he asked me, can he ask me a question? I said yes. And then I said, you can ask me a question, my brother. And then he proceeded to ask me, but what I didn't know is that somebody interrupted him. So I'm thinking I'm talking to Duke, and I thought he was, like, he never hit on me or anything like that. So I thought he was asking me, because I had told somebody that they couldn't get a woman. Wolf had said something about he could get women. And I said, I said something like, I don't think anybody up here think you could really get a woman, get women like that. Right? That's what I told Wolf. And then that's when Duke asked, could he ask me a question? And so when I heard somebody say, do you think I can get women? I thought that was Duke. And I was like, if you're asking me, I think you could get whatever you put your mind to, my brother. Like, you know what I mean? I never thought about can he get a woman or not get a woman. I figured he could get a woman if he wanted. So that's where I was, and I wasn't hitting on him, and I definitely wasn't hitting on old dude. But I guess it looks like I was hitting on old dude, who I didn't even know was talking, because he asked me, what about me? You think I can get it? I didn't hear him say that. I didn't, you know what I mean? And it's crazy. When I reviewed that shit just now, it kind of blew my mind. Damn, yo.
Americans are scraping
it's
solar
shocking
for
that
this.
he was asking me that, because like I let him know I'm not into light-skinned dudes. I keep calling him piss color, which I do call light-skinned, unattractive men to me. I call him piss color. So I was a little, like, I'm actually confused even now watching that, because I was answering that nigga while I thought I was talking to a whole nother person. So I wouldn't have been respectful to Duke. So that's why I would have been respectful, but I wouldn't have been respectful to the piss color nigga. Piss color nigga I would have gave him all this work. Like, nigga, you got me fucked up, okay? Wow. That's crazy. Y'all, it's almost 9. Think they're doing Friday. What do you call it? Sharon called it something over there. And I'm gonna be over there possibly because I have some work to do. But I will be back here later, okay? I will be back here later. By then I'll have a topic. I think we was gonna review a couple of things. If it's boring over there, if I get bored, right? If I get bored, or if I don't have an opportunity to really talk or anything like that, then I'm possibly gonna be back here, okay? So I don't plan on being over there all day. But if it's popping, then I guess I'll be over there, you know, as long as I'll be over there. But it's Friday. And I need to get paid. It's Friday. And I need to get, it's Friday night. And I need to get, look, people coming and repair my heat. And they just informed me like 15 minutes ago that they 15 minutes away. But I had forgot all about that shit. I gotta go move the kitchen shit around so they can get it to the heater. And I don't like that because I gotta pull shit out. And they should have hit me up like an hour ago instead of 15 minutes before. I had to get dressed and shit. Okay. I wasn't dressed yesterday, and I ain't gonna be dressed today, but I had to just put on something, just to so when because that white man was looking at me crazy yesterday, y'all. I ain't gonna lie, you know what I mean? The white men be loving me. Even when I look crazy, I have a bonnet on my head, like I've been having. And I do have on my nightgown and my robe and shit. But man, they be looking at me like, he was looking at me like, He kept smiling and cheesing and shit. And I was talking to y'all live the whole time. Yeah, it's crazy work. Maybe I should put on I want to look like I be thinking I look like a grandma, but apparently what I be feeling like sometimes or thinking I look like it's not other people don't see that. Okay, because he surely was smiling. He was like, "Oh, how you do?" He started having conversation. And then he started telling me how, what needs to happen. He told me he had to come back. And he was real nice. But there's a nice, and then there's that different nice, that some of us recognize. When somebody come in and they just being business like, they just tell you what it is and they getting the hell out. They get in and get out. But there's a different type of nice when, when you could tell how they look at you and even how they talk to you. It changes up. They asking how you doing and then they want to know if you're married. Like they ask certain things to find out if you're married or not. And I had said something about hubby. What I said? I said something and he didn't hear me say hubby. He thought he didn't know what the word I used. And that's when I realized, okay, he didn't want to hear that hubby word, so he needed me to repeat it. And I do call hubby, right? I call him hubby, the others. So anyway, my son came here while he was already here. So I think I was the only one here. So I gotta make sure it's just one. Because yesterday I thought it was two people, but it was actually just one. So they'll hit me up when he's down there, I guess, on my phone. I really gotta go down there and pull that shit out. Because I don't want him to have to pull it out. Okay, because they're not gonna want to pull it out because if something break, it'll be on them. Okay, so anyway, I'll see y'all. I will be back this evening. Like I said, if I feel bored over there, Bushran, or I feel like I can't get, like, it depends on what the topic is. I'm gonna be honest, right? If it's a good topic that I want to take part in, then I'll be over there. If it's something, I'll make up something. But we supposed to review something that happened on, I don't know who channel it was. Was it, because I heard them say Shanika and them over there. Okay, it's Friday, y'all. We're gonna bust some heads. I'm okay with busting heads. And especially women who like to, and men who like to deal with children. They sickos. They actually should just like die, to be honest. Okay? And that's my word. I feel like people who deal with children, manipulate children, harm children, right? I think they should have a heart attack in this motherfucking minute right now. Kill over. That's what I think. That might be a harsh, but that's what I feel. That's what I think. If you go to the weakest of us in order to apply your pleasures on, when they don't even know nothing about what the fuck you doing, then I think you sick. Okay? And so we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about any woman who supports that shit and want to blame it on the youth. You want to blame it on the youngest. Somebody who may have been going through some shit like that since as young as they can remember. Like you won't even be considerate of that. And when I came on this shit years ago, even before I started talking about what I had gone through, I listened to these men and some of these women say things like, these girls are fast. And so I asked the question. The first time I remember It wasn't even, listen, I've been getting grabbed by since as far back as I can remember. As far back as I can remember, by some adult male. Okay. Throughout my as far back as I can remember. And it continued. Okay. Our society even accepted it. I remember telling y'all a story about the teacher. Like, I'm running away from this one guy at the school who it had the nerve to tell my mom when we got older, when my mom was his teacher, he told my mom that he had a crush on me in school. Now, I'm gonna be honest, like, the fuck, when my mom told me that, I was so angry. She was like, you know, Much, you went to school with him. So she said Much, there's a frown that came on my face because memories came back. Now, my mom didn't know this because she didn't, you know, I never ran home and was telling. Listen, I knew I had a murderer for a father. Like, I'm gonna be honest, like, if I could be honest, he's gone now, right? He's been gone for a few years now. My dad would have murdered for somebody for me. I knew I had a murderer for a father. I know goddamn well my dad would have he would have made an example of him. My dad would have went, he wouldn't have fought Mitch. He would have went and beat the shit out of Mitch's dad. And if he had a dad, any uncle or anybody who was gonna stand there on his behalf, and my dad would have pistol whipped the fuck out of him. I ain't gonna lie. Okay. I knew who my dad was in a sense. Okay. So when these men like Bomb, why would she keep a secret? Well, we got women, we got girls protecting their family members. Well, I want her to come and tell me. Okay, well, talk to her and let her know that she can come to you. Okay. If she's smart enough to know how things go, how you are, then she may tell you, right? She may think that you're gonna be the kind who gonna call the police and handle it that way. My dad wasn't calling no fucking police to handle shit. My dad was gonna handle it himself. And he wasn't even gonna do it just by himself. He was gonna get his brothers. He was gonna get his brothers to go with him so they can make a statement. Okay? And then my dad would have been in jail, and then I would have felt like it's all my fault. And that's how society runs it. It's always our fault, ladies. It's our fault. Even when we get abused, it's our fault. If somebody protects us, it's our fault. If somebody get hurt while protecting us, it's our fault. And that's all I keep hearing these men say. It's our fault. And then we got ratchet ass bitches who say it's our fault too. So I hope that I don't hear no woman talk about, yeah, she fast. Okay? I hope I don't hear no woman say that, not no bitch on YouTube. Cause shit. You know, I'm not allowed over there by Drip Nation. You know, my truth telling and they got caught lying. I don't know why anybody will fuck with them anyway. Don't you know they thieves over that, baby? They lie, they make up receipts and shit. Shit. I don't give a fuck about once somebody show me their shit. Give a fuck about them. And anyway, is she a dyke anyway? Is she a cat licking dyke? Of course the little girls are fast. She might be out there messing with them too. The fuck out of here. Uh-oh, they're knocking. Gotta go.